Talk about, keep my mind on them stacks, cause that green give you cloud. If it's bread making, baby, I'ma always throw that down. I done put my work in the streets, rapping shot on these beats. A lazy man gon' stop, but a grinder always gon' eat.
Chicago, nigga!
That's why I'm crushing your crew. From Chi-Town, Memphis, Tennessee, and all through the Lou. I'm so fresh and so new, got a hot album too. I done came out of nowhere and I'm taking all of these suckers' juice. I keep my promo on them poles, keep that powder out my nose. I focus pain with 1,000,000 copies sold. Say my name. What's my name? Say my name.
The Chicago, nigga. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
I stayed on the scene, stayed on my green. I ain't never gonna let nobody talk me out of rolling with my team. Y'all know what I mean. It's money hungry fiends. They think they can outsmart you by selling you a dream. But I stay grinding cause I'm bread making, homie. And they can't figure me out because they really don't know me. You got to never show me. My mama didn't name me Toby. These suckers want slaves, but I'm shaking them like Kobe. It's real in the field. I'm the lion on the meal. I'm the hollow point tip, pointing at you ready to kill. These suckers better chill, but the axe brother kill. The heat is in the building, so you haters take a meal.
Who the fuck you think you fucking with? King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Say my name.
The Chicago, nigga.
Yeah, man. Well. We is here. We is here to talk about it tonight. Of course, like we did in the old school. We talk about the Chicago Sky. Yeah, the Chicago Sky did well tonight. I got to go ahead and glaze my team. Get me a video in because this was going to be a video. But I said, to hell with it. If I'm going to make the video, I'm going to might as well go ahead and go on live. So I want to say what's up to Noah King, Omega Red, and my baby girl in the dark with a smile. That's right, baby. I'm back. I'm back like 4 flats. You dig what I'm saying? In a Cadillac. And then, of course, people can see me even if they got cataracts. Bars. What's up, y'all? Check me out. Listen. Welcome to the Gingerbread Man Show. This is Steady Serv'n Sports, ENT, an extension of Simply Ball Dropping Podcast with my main man, K-Sap. What's up, K-Sap? Shout out to the Full Court Trio. Shout out to the Players Club. Shout out to Get That Off Your Chest. Hey, listen, y'all, I'm here to do a little glaze work. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know I got to do a little work for the Chicago Sky and got a celebration. Some people, you know, like AC Chi-Town Calvin, be like, man, you don't really be big enough. You know what I'm saying? You know, you ain't really, you over here with the Atlanta Dreamers and all of that. Yeah, I do. Because my baby bop went over there to Atlanta. But my other baby bop is all right. She over here. Camila Cardoso, you know what I'm saying, and Sydney Taylor. We all right, though. We all right, y'all. We okay. We are in the house. And this is what, listen. Chicago Sky have to be out with the old and with the new. That's just all it is to it, chat. They have to be out with the old and with the new. What you mean by that, bro, Claude? Well, I just saying they unintentionally got a youth movement going on. They unintentionally got young players around on this squad that they didn't intend to really do. I'm just saying, if y'all really look at what's going on and what's happening right now, Chicago really got a young team outside of them the 100-year-old Courtney Vandersloot, Natasha Cloud, and of course, uh, um, what's her name? Skylar Diggins. You know what I mean? Skylar Diggins ain't never come back, so we ain't worried about it. We ain't worried about Skylar Diggins because Skylar Diggins ain't gonna never come back. Skylar Diggins like, I don't care about what y'all talking about. But first, y'all, what's up, Steph? I see you in the building. We gonna get it active right now, man. Listen, I'm gonna put this right here on this video and this show tonight. I'm gonna get it cracking, and I'm gonna keep it straight with no chaser though. Tonight, Chicago walked into the Wintrust Arena and made a statement. Chicago defeated the New York Liberty 93-86, and Natasha Cloud delivered a performance of her life against the team she played for last year. 35 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 3-pointers, 13 made field goals, and most importantly, a Chicago Sky victory. Now, I would say this, Chad. Natasha Cloud had 35 points on a night where you would think that New York would dominate because they the bigger team. Yes, Jackwell Jones got hurt playing only 6 minutes, but the thing is that at the end of the day, hold on a second, y'all. I'm looking at the game report real quick. Did they take away some points from Natasha Cloud? Or was I wrong on how many points Natasha Cloud had? Let me see. No, Natasha Cloud had 35 points, man. This thing worked. So per ESPN, for everybody to know, per ESPN, Natasha Cloud on the stat sheet had 35 points. Yeah. So, you know, I be fact checking all the time, man. They sometimes, you know, they be playing with people numbers because, you know, sometimes they do take away a rebound or take away a point like they be doing with Angel a lot. They be doing Angel and Camilla like that all the time, a rebound or a steal. They be doing that, so I be having to continue consistently fact check. So now, I know some people had Natasha Cloud, you know, already counted out, but she was cooking like fish grease. Cloud was cooking like fish grease. She said, oh, y'all want some chicken tonight? Well, I'm going to fry them hard tonight over here. The Liberty came to Chicago. She was aggressive, physical, confident, and completely in control. This wasn't just another game for Natasha Cloud. This was a game of personal reasons. It was really personal because she know, and y'all know, the history between New York and Natasha Cloud, the coach of New York and Natasha Cloud, because he didn't want her back. And guess what? New York moved on from Natasha Cloud during the offseason. And she played this game like somebody who remembered every conversation, every decision, every person who thought she was no longer valuable. This was a revenge game. But tonight's show is bigger than one performance. We're asking Natasha, explosion means that it's for the future of Chicago? No. However, the veteran leadership alongside the youth movement and which version of Natasha Cloud would the Sky get moving forward going into next year? Because the message of tonight's game is clearly out with the old, in with the new. Let's begin. The most important number, 93 to 86. Chicago didn't just complete with New York. Chicago finished the job. Remember, that happened during the first two meetings. June the 17th, Chicago lost 96 to 95 after Sabrina Ionescu scored the winning layup with approximately 10 seconds remaining. Sydney Taylor scored 24 points in her first career start, and Gabriella Jaquez added 22 points, but the Sky couldn't close the game. Then, on July the 22nd, Chicago led New York by 12 points with 5 minutes remaining and lost the game 95 to 94. Sabrina Ionescu scored 9 points in the final minute, and Jacquel Jones hit the deciding free throw with 3.4 seconds left. 2 games against New York, 2 one-point losses. 2 games Chicago had an opportunity to win. That is why tonight's victory matters. It wasn't just about defending a talented Liberty game team. It was about providing and proving that the Sky could finally close against a previous mistake over and over again. New York briefly took the lead late in tonight's game, but every Sky fan probably thought, here we go again. Here we go again. Y'all remember the hood song? We've seen this movie before. We've seen the rush possession. We've seen missed defensive assignments. We've seen Chicago build a lead, lose control, and then walk away talking about moral victories. No, ain't no damn moral victory when you lose. But this time, Natasha Cloud refused to let it happen. She continued to attack. She made a critical free throw at the end. She created opportunities for her teammates, and Chicago finished the game with confidence. That is development. A young team doesn't become a contender overnight. It was first to learn how to compete. Then it has to be able to learn how to remain composed in these final minutes. And finally, how to learn how to win. Seattle victory shows Chicago could survive a close finish. New York's victory shows Chicago can beat a talented opponent that had already broken his heart twice. That is progress. Natasha Cloud could finish. Cloud finished with 35 points on 14 for 22 from the three-point line, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. This wasn't somebody accidentally getting a hot hand for a few minutes. She cooked the whole entire game. She was faster than everybody the whole entire game, chat. She was doing her due diligence the whole game. This was a complete performance by Natasha Cloud. Cloud attacked the basket. She made shots from the perimeter. She pushed the tempo. She rebounded from the guard position. She created teammates their possessions, and she supplied the defensive pressure that had to define that she had always to define her career. She played angry, but it was controlled anger. That's the difference. Sometimes a player becomes so emotional during a revenge game that that she starts forcing a lot of shots. Cloud used the emotion as fuel while still playing a winning basketball type of game. She understood the matchup. She recognized the openings in New York perimeter defense, and she never allowed the liberty to become comfortable. Cloud has spent time inside the New York's organization. She knew those plays. She knew their tendencies, their defensive coverages, and how they wanted to operate offensively. And she used the knowledge against them. New York reportedly had no answer for her. Every time the liberty adjusts, Cloud found another way to hurt them. Back away from her, she hit the three. Crowd her, she attacked the basket. Send help, she found a teammate. Try to play physically, she matched that physicality. That's the veteran leadership that's supposed to be exemplified and shut out. What's going on? What's going on, boss? I see you in the building. So today, the complete thing in the stat line matters because it shows that Chicago needs, from this point on, this type of point guard. Not necessarily 35 points every single night, but a complete influence over the game. Let me be clear. Chicago cannot expect Natasha Cloud to score 35 points every night. That is unrealistic. But the Sky absolutely need the mentality that can produce 35 points. They need Cloud to remain aggressive. They need her to look at the basket. They need her to defend and make legitimate defensive transitions and take the ball away from the perimeter players on the other side, and then, of course, be a real threat on the offensive line. Can she consistently do it? She's younger than Skylar and Courtney Vandersloot. We just need her to be able to take us as a leader into the next following year. When Cloud is making outside shots to attack the basket, everything changes. The opposing big has to decide whether help on Cloud's drive or to stay attached to Cardoso. Perimeter defenders cannot sag into the lane. Passing window becomes wider. The entire offense gains space. Chicago doesn't necessarily need 35 points from Natasha Cloud every game, but it needs something like 15 to 20 points, 6 to 8 assists, strong rebounding, defensive pressure, smart late game decisions, and willingness to take the important shots. If Cloud supplies this consistently, she can absolutely help this young team core develop into something the following year, which is next year. But if she produces 35 points one night, it becomes completely passive during the next three games. Then tonight becomes a wonderful memory instead of building block for Natasha Cloud and the Chicago Sky. The challenge is now consistency. Can Natasha Cloud bring aggressive pressure against teams she don't have personal vendettas against? Can she lead Chicago with the same urgency on ordinary Tuesday night games? Can she recognize that the team needs her voice and toughness every game, not only during the revenge game? That is what Chicago must evaluate. Now, for my thumbnail, out with the old, in with the new, but that doesn't mean you remove every veteran simply because they're old. It means to remove the old habits, move losing basketball, remove selfish basketball, remove contracts that don't match production, remove players who take opportunities away from the future without helping the team win. A veteran who supports the young core is not baggage. A veteran who teaches, produces, competes, and accepts her role can be extremely valuable. Tonight, Natasha Cloud looked like that kind of veteran that Chicago should want around Camila Cardoso, Rickea Jackson, Sidney Taylor, J.C. Sheldon, and Gabriela Jaquez. She didn't stand in the way of the youth movement. She gave it structure. Young players need somebody who has experience in playoff pressure. They need someone who understands the preparation, film study, defense communication, and late games execution. But a veteran must still produce. Chicago cannot keep based on their names, reputations, and what they accomplished 5 years ago. Every veteran has to answer this simple question. Are you helping the young players become winning basketball players on this team? Tonight, Cloud's answer is yes. She should show each and every time, because tonight she showed up and showed out the young players what it looks like to take over a game and take a matchup personally. She showed them how to focus and not losing focus towards the end of the game. She also showed them how to respond after 2 painful losses against the same opponent. She showed them how to demand responsibility during winning time. That is valuable. When I say out with the old, I don't mean automatically disrespect towards the older players. I mean out with the old, the outdated way of building this roster, Jeff Pagliosha. Stop collecting recognizable names without considering the fit, Jeff Pagliosha. Stop paying people for past accomplishments and what they did yesterday, Jeff Pagliosha. Stop prioritizing short-term attention over long-term development, Tyler Marsh. Build around the future and retain only the veterans who can strengthen the future, Tyler Marsh and Jeff Pagliosha. This is my message to you. Camila Cardoso remains the centerpiece of this game and this team. Even after Cloud's career night, Camila Cardoso remains the centerpiece of Chicago's future. That does not change. Camila is the player around whom the offense and defense should ultimately be constructed over. Even though we've had haters in multiple seasons want to get rid of Camila Cardoso or criticize the way that Camila was actually developing in her youth. They called her too soft. They say she ain't got what Angel got. She don't have enough toughness. She's too passive. She don't do this and she don't do that. And she just not good enough for me. Just hell, she just soft. I don't like her. Well, at 6'7", she provides efficiency in the interior scoring, rebounding at the rim and protects the rim at the same time. She also advanced from 9.8 points as a rookie to approximately 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 block shots per game now this season, while getting better and better, 50% from the field. But guards determine how easily a center receives the basketball. That's why the relationship between Cloud and Cardoso is very important. This is why Cloud attacks. She pulls defense away from Camila. When she uses the pick and roll properly, the defense has no choice. Do we stop Natasha Cloud? Do we stop Sidney Taylor? Do we stop Rickea Jackson? Do we stop Gabriela Jaquez? Can we stop J.C. Sheldon from slashing? Do we prevent the lob? Do we rotate from the corner? Do we have a shooter over on the end holding their hands up? We all know that when Rickea Jackson come back she'll be coming off of an injury. So next year, I'm not really expecting too much of what she was going to do in her All-Star year, which was this year, because excuse me, guys, I predicted I wasn't feeling good all day, you guys, this morning. I predicted that Rickea Jackson would have had an all-star year this year, but now it's offset until 2028. Because next year, 2027, I can only see Rickea Jackson getting better and coming back from that ACL tear to help the team rotate itself. But I do believe that she's going to play solid enough next year, of course, to get that nice little, contract. Even though she had that injury, I do believe that she is part of the future of the Chicago Sky. A point guard who represents a legitimate scoring threat can unlock Cardoso's full offensive potential. Chicago offense should not ask Cloud or Cardoso to complete or compete for control of a basketball game. It should connect with all of their strength together. Let Cloud push the pace and initiate the action, because why? Chicago Sky is the fastest team on the court. That's right, by the WNBA per ESPN. Let Camila Cardoso establish herself on the inside. Let Sydney Taylor provide shooting. Let Rickea Jackson, when she returns from the ACL, allow to attack from the wing and create her own offense. Now, you have multiple pressure points. This is what a functional WNBA offense looks like. Now, one player dribbling for 15 seconds while everybody else watches, not feeding Cardoso once the opening quarter starts, and forget about her afterwards later on in the quarter. The ball has to move for purpose. The ball has to move around, chat. I'm just saying, Brother Jabari, the ball needs to move. What's up, Michael White? It says, glaze him away from my man. You already know I'm going to do that. Sydney Taylor returned from injury tonight and reportedly struggled to find a normal offensive rhythm. This is going to happen. She's a rookie. Young players experience ups and downs, especially when returning from an injury. Chicago must remember what Sydney Taylor did during the first two games against New York. She scored 24 points during her first career start in June. She exploded for a career high 31 points in July. Taylor has already demonstrated that her shooting can cause New York serious problems. Tonight was Cloud's night, but Taylor development remains a major part of this rebuild. The key is not forcing her to become a traditional point guard. If that isn't where she's most efficient, let Taylor move without the ball, run her around the screens, give her opportunities to attack, rotate defenders, allow her to concentrate on shooting and secondary creations. Cloud's presence can help Taylor because Sydney doesn't always have to initiate the offense. J.C. Sheldon also belongs in this developmental conversation. She brings athleticism, perimeter energy, and defensive potential. You've been seeing J.C. Sheldon all this year. Since everybody was knocking, it looked like she found a home here in Chicago, Jack, because she's been playing real good defense. She's the fastest girl on the court every night. What you say, Brother Jabari? It says, Bro Claude, what's your gut feeling about the Sky bringing back Dejanay Carrington next year and Sydney Taylor? Just listen up, nephew. I'm about to teach you something. It say, Gabriella Hawkins has shown that she can provide scoring and physicality from the wing. Every one of these does not need to become an all-star all at once on this team. Championship teams require different types of players. Primary stars, secondary scorers, defensive specialists, shooters, playmakers, energy players, reliable reserves. The Sky responsibility is to have an identity who can perform each role and place those players in situations where they can be successful. Rickea Jackson's return. We could not discuss Chicago's future without Rickea Jackson. You heard me. I said the shit. Rickea played only 4 games before suffering a torn ACL. But she averaged 18 points and 4.8 rebounds during a brief stretch. She is a natural scorer at the ring's position and was intended to become one of Chicago's foundational offensive players. The Sky should not rush to her recovery. A torn ACL is not something you gamble with because you're desperate to win a few early season games. Chicago must consider Rickea's entire career, not just the opening month of the season. When she returns, the potential offensive structure becomes exciting. Natasha Cloud organizes the offense. Sydney Taylor stretches the floor. Rickea Jackson creates her thing and do her thing from the wing. Camila Cardoso controls the paint. Then Chicago adds versatile power forwards who could defend, rebound, make opening threes. That is a real foundation. Maybe it could be Azurá Stevens. Maybe it cannot be. But Azurá Stevens has not this year shown me the $1 million that she was given for this year's performance. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I've just got to keep it real. I didn't see a $1 million baby performance from Azurá Stevens. The team should not abandon the plan because injuries disrupt its first season. The front office need patience. Patience must come with intelligence and decisions. Jeff Paglioccia has already proven to me the Pink Panther cannot make the right choices, or he does not be able to go into this with all eyes open. So, what does Chicago need to add? First, more shooting. Tonight, Cloud was more efficient in what she was doing on her attack. She made 4 3-pointers. That forced New York to respect her outside shot. Chicago needs multiple players capable of creating the same type of spacing. Second, a defensive power forward. Camilla should be allowed to protect the rim with consistently being dragged away from the basket, finding a mobile forward who can guard in spaces, rebound, and switch when necessary, because Azurá Stevens said rebounding is not a skill. So therefore, her brain does not, the way that her brain works, rebounding is not a skill. So she wired a certain way, chat. So she not really trying to run and rush to the basket to go and help Camila Cardoso. She's shooting threes and all other type of shit. She not really focused on rebounding. I'm just saying she said that. I didn't say that. So they need to have an identity. They need to go and get a person that can do that type of thing. And hell, I'm just saying Letitia Lattimore could have did better than Azurá Stevens this year. Arguably, that's just my argument. Letitia Lattimore is still on the table. She's still out there. I think Letitia Lattimore would have did much better than what Azurá gave us this year and showed us. I'm just keeping it real. I'm not. Hey, I like Azurá. I really do. She also was a part of the championship team. But I like Azurá Stevens because I feel like she can put the ball on the ground. She can shoot the ball, but she don't care about rebounding. How can you win when your player don't care about rebounding? I'm just saying. Third, more athletic depth. The Sky needs a bench, need bench players who can enter the game without completely changing the team's identity. I think Kabali will be somebody that they hold on to. Fourth, of a clear offense hierarchy, this team has to understand who gets the basketball and when they get the basketball. Kamilla is the interior centerpiece. Rickea is the wing creator. Sydney Taylor is the shooter. And Cloud is the veteran organizer. Everybody else must complete those roles. Finally, Chicago must protect its future draft capital. The Sky are positioned to hold their own in 2027 first round selection, Atlanta's first round selection. Don't trade those assets. Do not trade for another veteran whose best season has already been behind him. Stop doing that stuff, Tyler Marsh and Jeff Pagliosha. Pink Panther. Stop it. Just cut it out. You be watching our whole future run back and forth on the goddamn court, everybody. We watching everybody, the Washington Wizards and all of these Kiki Rice over there on the tempo. We watching stuff all over the place. Stop doing that. You could have had Sonia Citron, but you gave her away for a person that ain't even on the team no more. You got rid of her fast as grass can grow. You got rid of her fast as grass can grow. Like, seriously. I don't even remember the girl name. What's her name, y'all? I don't know. I don't remember her name. Anyway. If a young star becomes available, make the call. But don't sacrifice your future just to chase temporary respectability. Jeff Pagliosha tried to be respected. And he knew that we was not going to be a great team. But he wanted to try to get a team that was good enough to be in the middle. He wanted to get that 8 or 9, that 8, 9, 7 position. He was scheming and dreaming to be in the middle of the pack. He knew that it wasn't enough because he gave away our future, Chad. But he didn't know and counter. He didn't have it in his head what Tyler Marsh was going to do with Skylar Diggins, because Tyler Marsh said that Skylar Diggins was his choice. Was him putting her on the bench. What's up, Sister Alyssa? So there it is. Tonight, Natasha Cloud had 35 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 3-pointers. A career high against a former team with a 93-86 victory. She played with emotion, but she controlled it. She played aggressively, but she reminded and remained the facilitator that she is. She played like a veteran who understands that young players are around her and needs somebody to show them how to finish. And this is Natasha Cloud's Chicago and what they need from her. Not 35 points every game, but just that realistic confidence that Natasha Cloud has as a leader. Defensive pressure, willingness to take the big shot, the ability to settle the offense when everybody becomes chaotic. Tonight also gave us a clear definition of what the youth movement means. The youth movement does not mean throw away every single veteran, but it means around Camila Cardoso, Rickea Jackson, Sydney Taylor is the core. J.C. Sheldon and Gabriella Hawkins is in development. And keep only the veterans whose production supports the foundation of this team. Natasha Cloud showed tonight that she might be one of the ones of those veterans that could put together a career here in Chicago to retire and settle right here around making that decision. Because, of course, she did say tonight they tried to keep her out of the league, but she thinks she is grateful that Chicago Sky gave her the opportunity. Chicago must be able to hold and cultivate that type of relationship. Can Cloud produce consistently? Can Camilla create easy opportunities? Can also her communicating with Camilla create easy opportunities? Can she monitor young guards and help them develop into the next level players and a champion like she is? Can she accept that the team's long-term future belongs to the younger core? Can she accept that and where she is right now in her career while helping the core learn how to win? If the answer is yes, then she is a meaningful piece and has a place on the Chicago Sky. Now, y'all want me to answer a question? Where is Dejanay Carrington in all of this? Well, Dejanay Carrington, to me, is one of the major decisions that Chicago Sky has to make. Dejanay Carrington fits in good with this team and will be a great, graceful piece. But maybe Dejanay Carrington wants to go and play with Angel. I don't know. But if Dejanay want to stay here and play with Camilla and see a future to win, she will stay in Chicago and help Chicago win. What's going on, 80s baby? I think for all of us, Dejanay Carrington is the scratch on the head. It's the maybe she'll come, maybe she won't. The Chicago Sky have now beaten Seattle in a close finish, defeated New York after losing the first two meetings by 1 point. That is more than 2 victories. That's evidence of growth. Now the organization must take that growth and build around it. Now, more collective games, no more living in the past, no more asking the fan base to remain patient with us. No more of that. Have a direction and build around Camila Cardoso. Prepare for Rickea Jackson's return. Develop Sydney Taylor in being the dog that she already is. Make sure Gabriella Hawkins is continuing to grow in her own speed on this team because she is a Swiss Army knife. Just a rookie. J.C. Sheldon is a good allowing piece, and she don't let people bully her on defense. But if you're able to keep Dejanay Carrington, keep her. And let's see if Azare Stevens is serious about the youth movement. You can keep her as well. But I don't want nobody a part of this team, my team, the Chicago Sky team. That's right. I don't want nobody a part of this team that don't want to be here. I don't want anyone to be a part of this team that's also going to hinder us. It says we already won more games than the last 2 seasons, probably more wins to come. Definitely, Jeremiah. Shout out to my boy Jeremiah Hart. We definitely is. So, nephew Jabari, my answer, Dejanay Carrington has a future with this core. But look at the board. Dejanay Carrington, Sydney Taylor, Camila Cardoso, Rickea Jackson, Gabriella Hawkins, J.C. Sheldon, And of course, having all of those ones and with a veteran like Natasha Cloud, come on, man. We could win. We got all we need is those other three pieces. We young enough. All of those players are in their 20s except for Dejanay. Everybody else is young enough to do what they need to do. Get these next two pieces out of the draft. Man, we looking good, Chet. And who would I want in the draft? I'm glad you asked me. In this draft of the WNBA, take me to Tankathon for the WNBA 2027 draft. Who do I want in this draft? As we already know, that Chicago Sky got 2 picks in this draft. A pick at number 9 and a pick at number 11. New York got number 10. So the mock draft. They saying right now, the way the mock draft's gonna go is that Tessa Johnson, they predicting Tessa Johnson will be the 9th pick, and Addie Brown from UCLA will be the 11th pick. But I beg to differ. Chloe Kitts will be my pick, not no damn Addie Brown. Chloe Kitts, we need that depth. We would get a Chloe Kitts before we get an Addie Brown. I'm just saying, chat. Chloe Kitts would be my pick. So the top 15, they got Chloe Kitts dropping down. Or if Ashton Watkins go down, I'll take Ashton Watkins, but I definitely would get Chloe Kitts. I don't know. Y'all tell me, chat. It says Courtney Vanderson has to go. Yes, sir. Next year, the roster starting Natasha Cloud, Sydney Taylor, Dejanay Carrington, Rickea Jackson, Camilla Cardoso, bench Gabriella Jacquez, Elizabeth Williams must go, brother. But I know you got E. Will up here, but we got to figure that piece out straight up. E. Will must go. Azare Stevens and the vets, they just gotta go, bro. I'm just saying E. Will has done it for me. I don't know. You can that's a lot to be right, but you can give me your thoughts. So basically, Tessa Johnson, I know she's gonna be available for us, chat. I'll get my first, the number 9 pick right away. I'll get Tessa Johnson. Get Tessa Johnson. Develop Tessa. I know she need to eat a little bit. She got to put something on them bones. She's skinny right now. I know Tessa needs some. I know Tessa needs something that says, is Kitts like Brink 2.0 as far as injuries? No, Brink actually doing better though, sweetie pie. But Chloe is a better. I would take Chloe Kitts. I'm just saying I would over Addie Brown. No. It says they need to divorce Sloop and give her ass assignment. GM, that's what she want. Just give her assignment. That's what she want to do. I mean, y'all tell me. You know what I mean? That's just what I'm saying. Just give her assignment. That's what she really, if she want to be, a GM for this. I mean, because Jeff Pagliocci has done a horrible job. Not so horrible this year, but he did a horrible job because all he got, what me and Keisha was talking about, all he did was get injured players. He re-signed E. Will. She was injured. Azare Stevens was injured. Dejanay Carrington was injured. Courtney Vandersloot injured. Aisha Kabali coming off of an injury. Who else? Azare Stevens injured. Come on, man. Seven players, they all was injured. And then had the nerve not to play Maddie Westbelt. Man, Tyler Marsh need to be fired. Please. Please, man. So we gonna get into a chat. That's just who I would pick. I would pick both Gamecocks. I know y'all saying, oh, bro, Cloud, you Gamecock Nation and all that stuff. I know. That's what y'all gonna say. But it's okay. I know. But I definitely want Tessa. I definitely want, who can guard Tessa Johnson? I definitely want Tessa. I want Tessa so bad. Y'all don't even understand how bad I want Tessa to come to Chicago. Lord have mercy.
Be evaluated in the coming days, so no update right now.
What do you think allowed Natasha Cloud had a career night tonight with 35 points? What do you think?
No, she's just going to be evaluated in the coming days, so no update right now.
What do you think allowed Natasha Cloud had a career night tonight with 35
What
points?
up, Brody?
Allowed her to kind of get hot the way that she did. And
yeah, I mean, she had a rhythm. She was playing hard in that first half and found it, obviously, I think it was 3 or 4 transition threes before our defense was even set. She played really well.
Brianna, you guys are unfortunately very familiar with a player going down mid-game, but how does that kind of change things for you guys?
Yeah, it's tough. Obviously, we hope JJ will be back quickly, but honestly, I think Han stepped to the challenge pretty well. Cardoso is a tough guard, and she continued to kind of provide length on her. But as a team, like you said, we've been through this far too many times, and our response needs to be better. When one person goes down, we need to just be even better and next one up mentality.
I know that a loss probably stings, but you did reach a milestone today. You are the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 3,000 points with a single franchise. Don't know if you know that,
Cool.
but I guess what does it mean to you to set another record?
Do we a
Yeah,
dog?
I mean, it's definitely tough with a loss, but I've really enjoyed playing in New York and representing Liberty, and I wouldn't be able to kind of do all these things without Sab, JJ, my teammates around me. So it's a cool thing. It would have been cooler if we would have won, but looking back, all great moments, and want to continue to make more great moments.
We'll go over to Zoom, starting with Jackie.
Hi, all. Thanks for taking the time. Chris, first for you, I'm just curious what went into the decision to have Rebecca Gardner, who obviously can impact the game with her hustle, just play a minute in the fourth.
Yeah, we had a group that was going, and she's been good for us. And obviously, when you have a group that's going, you try to roll with it a little bit longer. But yeah, full confidence in back. She's been great.
Sabrina, for you, just wanted to get an understanding of how vital Rebecca Allen was in this game and how much that her performance maybe gives you a sense of how much she can really step up moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we know she's capable of doing. She played well. Everyone really that came in made a huge impact and played really well for us. So obviously happy for her, happy for Han. Everyone, we know what they're capable of. We know what Beck's capable of, and she hit some really big shots for us.
Jeff?
Yeah, she couldn't hear.
All sorry didn't go your way tonight. My question is for Coach. It's kind of a two-parter. How do you think the team responded after Jonquel's departure out there, and what can you take to use on the road ahead if Jonquel is forced to miss any sort of significant time, particularly in the post?
Yeah, we believe in our bench. We play this style so that anybody who comes in can contribute. And the biggest thing for us is that turnovers in the possession battle. We got killed on the glass and with our turnovers. So, when you give another team, I think it's 11 more possessions in a game, it's tough to win. At the same time, like we had chances, like our best players had chances. And we'll always take that.
Appreciate your time and insight. Safe travels.
So, New York tried to win this game, Chad. So this is not a win. I played that Brody just to show those who like Wody Mack that said, oh, they didn't really want to win this game. They did want to win this game because that helps them in the playoff rankings and where they're going to sit in. So every game right now, these last games, they want to win. You got what I'm saying? So, that was my whole point of showing Wody that New York wanted to win this game. It wasn't no situation where they didn't want to win this game. That's asinine to think that New York didn't want to win the goddamn game. What type of culture is that? You know what I'm saying? So I think Chicago did a good thing of attacking them and making them uncomfortable and also bringing that intensity to the game. I also really like the way Dejanay Carrington is looking and the way that she bringing it on. What you got to say, Brooke? Go ahead.
Sorry, I was talking. I was muted. My bad. I said can you hear me now, right?
Yeah,
I said you said it. I mean, I think this is one of those games where Chicago just figured it out, right? Like, unfortunately, this is a season that wasn't the best season for Chicago, but at the same time, it's things that you build on, it's things that you want to be able to take going forward. When you have when you have this many point guards, right, and you're trying to figure out like how are we going to win and what's going to be our direction in the future? I think you could point back to a game like this and say, okay, we working with something, right? Like you got Rickea that's going to be coming back to add to the fold, right? You just got Dejanay back. We already know Sydney Teller submitted herself throughout this season. She already submitted herself, so we know she's a focal point for this team. The only piece you really got to unlock, and I think Natasha Cloud is taking it on herself to unlock Camila Cardoso. Because if you could unlock a Camila Cardoso, because I was on the record, saying you already know. I started off this season saying how long are we gonna wait? Are we gonna hold her accountable? But before this season, I was on the record as saying Camila could be a 20-10, 20-8 type center, right? Like she could be, and we already know she a legitimate 6'7", so she's tough to score on at the rim, right? She could protect the rim really well on the defensive side. On the offensive side, she a big body, right? So if she go in there and seal, she got it. And Dawn Stelly said it the best in her rookie season. Camila got to learn how to be selfish. She got to learn how to start demanding the ball. That's why I really thought, and I'm not trying to, talk about spilled milk, but that's why I really thought the best pick for you guys was a Raven Johnson, only because of how her and Raven connected in college. Like Raven was like her, her whisperer. You know how people got how people got like they spirit animals, or they call them the dog whisperer or whatever. That's what Raven was for like Camila, because Camila always been this type of person we see. She always been an inner shell, kind of quiet, kind of disconnected person, and it takes certain people to bring that dog out of Camila, and Raven Johnson is one of them. That's why I was like, yo, that's the perfect pick. But obviously it didn't happen, but that's okay. You move forward. So it seemed like in this game, that's what I saw, right? I didn't watch the game because the WNBA plays 2 games at the same time. So I'll go back and watch this on a replay. But when I looked at certain clips, I did see, right? When I saw certain clips, I saw Natasha Cloud talking to Camilla, when they was going to the bench, walking up, talking to Camilla, keeping Camilla engaged and stuff like that. So that's what you want from a leader. And you can't have a team with all young players. So you do need that vet. And I know Courtney Vandersloot wanted to be that vet, but that vet might be Natasha Cloud. Courtney Vandersloot, you know, you had a great career. It might be time to, you know, focus on life after basketball. Go, you know, like y'all just had a baby. You and your wife, you know, go raise your kids. You get what I'm saying?
Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's not a harsh statement though.
Right, right.
I mean, me and you got looked at real crazy 2 years ago when because at first when you said it, I didn't understand. I was like, what you talking about? You was like, no, then you made it plain like the youth is going to eventually happen anyway. So why don't they just start moving towards the youthful aspect of things? Because the old guard is going to have to be removed from the WNBA. And me and you put 10 toes on that, and we actually see it being done anyway. It's actually a forceful takeover kind of too. You think what I'm saying? Because they really was trying to force Natasha Cloud out of
that's a fact
of the WNBA. They
that's
actually packed up bags and be gone. They were done. The WNBA was totally done. They had already talked to each and every team, but we know how, you know, fortunate it was for somebody that does function a little bit independent, like Chicago Sky, to give Natasha Cloud in desperation an opportunity. And they got something. You got what I'm saying? Credit. I mean, Jeff Pacquiao should get credit for that. Okay.
But look, I'm gonna tell you why that's a perfect marriage, though, right? Sometimes in sports, all you need is the person that wants you, right? And you take a look to your point at Natasha Cloud, and nobody was giving her a chance, and Chicago gave her a chance. And then you take a look at Chicago right now with all of the controversy of the front office and how everybody feel about the front office. So sometimes you need somebody to say, you know what, I'm going to pick you. And Chicago picked Natasha, Natasha picked Chicago. And right now it seems like it's a perfect marriage for each other because they both need each other right now, right? Mm-hmm. So hopefully Chicago, we already know them executives still in there. Hopefully they make the right decisions going into the next year, and they bring in the right personnel back for this youth movement that you're talking about. They bring the right personnel back to help cultivate that youth and don't keep going. Because I think the team that's been killing it, I think the one thing that's been killing the team over the past 2 years, at least, you know, since I've been watching, I can't speak any longer than that. Over the past 2 years, the one thing that's been killing this team is the win now. I know win now worked for them in the past. I know depending on the team you are, win now is the idea you should be in. But I don't think Chicago should have been. I think they would have won quicker if they accepted the rebuild opposed to try to reject the rebuild, right? Because there's a whole lot of talent that could be in Chicago that's in other places right now. Even this year, right? Like we would be the
Washington, right? We would be the Washington right
now. Exactly. Y'all would be the Washington. Y'all would have Sonia Citron right now. Even a couple picks that's coming up this year would be in Chicago. Unfortunately, you know, they're not gonna be, but that's, you know, it is what it is. But like I said, even with all that said, though, Chicago still got a bright future because, like I said, Sydney Teller's a diamond in the rough. She came out of nowhere, and she's a star in this league, right? We already know Rickea Jackson is going to be a star. She just need a chance. So she's going to be a star in this league. Camila Cardoso, like I said, it's a switch. We don't know which way she's gonna go. She at a crossroads right now. She could be a role player in this league, or she could be a star too in this league. It's about time she's been an all-star. So, you know, hopefully next year is the year. We keep saying it. Hopefully next year is the year for Camilla. But she also, to her credit, she's a big woman. She need a point guard, and Jeff wouldn't get her a point guard for the whole time she been there. Her Angel, she went. So right now they got a multitude of point guards, right? Obviously, we know what happened with Skylar Diggins. Unfortunately, it ain't work out, but Skylar Diggins is there. They got Courtney Vandersloot. We already know Courtney Vandersloot history, but respectfully, her best year is behind her. Natasha Cloud could still ball. Natasha Cloud is an older guard, but she could still ball. She a veteran, and she might be the guard that Camila Cardoso needs to really take that next step.
Yes, I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? And I also, to Alyssa B say, but people said you can't win young and with mostly draftees. But shit, Washington doing it right now.
No, but she's right. So what's happening when people say that statement, they mean a championship. They don't mean you can't win games, or they don't mean you can't get in the playoffs. So with Washington, even Washington's going to have to go through their growing pains. Everybody got to get to the level and grow, right? So Washington was at the level of being one of the worst teams in the league, but then they was able to put their talent together, and then they learned how to win together. So now they played themselves into a playoff team. So now their next step is proving to everybody they could win around in the playoffs. Right? Like, in other words, is what I'm saying is that Washington is playing with house money right now. If they go to the playoffs and lose in the first round, nobody's going to care. They're a young team. Like, they're going to just say they're going to get better. But if Washington comes and win around, then that's going to be an elevation. That's going to be growth right there. It's going to be like, okay, y'all at least a team that can win around in the playoffs. And then the step after that is what? Now is getting to the finals. And after the final was winning the championship. So that's the way sports work. So with young players, typically you're not going to win a championship. Usually, not to say it could never happen. Magic won in his rookie season. So not to say it can never happen, but it's just highly unlikely for you to win a championship with a young team. So I understand teams that's trying to win now, but you got to understand where you at in your process. You can't win now if you don't have a win now team. Like, it's that simple. You can't just speak win now into existence. You literally got to have a win now team.
That's what me and you was talking about. We was confused in the beginning of the thing. You had talked about this already earlier. We was like, okay, it look good on paper, but I don't think that this is a win now team, though.
Right. You got to go through the process. It got pieces. There's a team with good pieces on it, and you could build, if you build the right way. Like I said, you got Natasha Cloud at the point. You got a veteran. That's great. You got Kamilla still young. You got Sydney young. You got Rickea young. You got a good young core. So now what you got to do is, like a win like tonight. Next year, hopefully you're going to add some new pieces. We don't know who they're going to get in free agency. Like you said, we don't know who. They probably going to add something good in the draft. Let's say like a Tessa Johnson. Let's say if they smart, because you can never trust Jeff to make good decisions. If he's smart, he's going to add a Tessa Johnson. Let's just hope he's smart. You got a Tessa Johnson now, another good shooter coming off the bench, right? Whoever's in free, there's a lot of people sign for 1-year deals. We don't know who's going to be available in free agency. Let me ask you a question. You've been watching this team more than anybody, either off the bench as a sixth woman, or maybe somebody to come in and replace a starter. I don't know who, maybe the power forward position. Who would you like to see as a veteran? It don't have to be this exact person, but this play style. Who would you like to see as a veteran to come in and help the Sky next year? It could be somebody off the bench. It don't have to be a high-profile star. It could be like just a solid, like a Benaja, but not her. But I'm just saying, like somebody like a Benaja, like somebody who can help the team get to the next level.
Somebody that's solid.
Yeah.
You was just naming who I love Benaja.
Yeah, but I don't know I think she might be. Yeah, I think she signed up. I don't. Is she gonna be a free agent after this year? I don't know.
I think
I'm not sure about that.
Only got 1 year New York. She only got 1 year. So, but Benaja is one of the ones that I do love.
I did before she went to Washington. I did say I wouldn't mind her going to Chicago because you probably know she's like the god sister, god. I forget what she is, but she related somehow to Rickea Jackson.
Love they related in some type of link.
Yeah,
but
I forget how.
I would take a now Ray Burrell.
Okay, I like Ray Burrell.
I would take a right now Ray Burrell. She gonna be ready to come and provide what is needed, possibly a starting position, and what we will have in that.
So let's go with Ray Burrell. I like that. Not to cut your wisdom. I like that. So let's say a starting lineup next year. You got Cloud. You got Sydney Teller. You got Ray Burrell at the 3. You got Rickea Jackson at the 4. And you got Kamilla at the 5. And then, you said you want to get rid of Elizabeth. So maybe y'all draft, instead of Johnson, maybe y'all draft Ashlyn Watkins, or maybe y'all sign somebody in the draft. Sign somebody in free agency. I don't know. But my point is, you got a solid bench now, right? Next year, if I'm Jeff or whoever the GM is, if Jeff is not there, right? And you tell me how you feel, because you're a Chicago fan. This is my opinion. next year, the goal ain't the goal is to make the playoffs. That's it. The goal is can we be a playoff team? Can we be a playoff team? That's the goal.
Contender. Can we be a playoff team?
That's it. Because what happens with teams, the way you get better is you got to put realistic expectations on a team. You can't put too high expectations and you can't put too low expectations. You got to put realistic expectations on where you are. So if you got a good team that you rolling the dice out there when you say, I like these pieces, I like this coach, I like our system, I like where we going. Now we got to be a playoff team. And if we are a playoff team, the real goal is, can we get home court? If you don't get home court, that's fine. But that's what you're fighting for. Can we get home court advantage? Can we be a playoff team? And if you can do that, that's how you start building it into that win now team. You don't just say you a win now team and you ain't put the work in.
Right. It's just that, I mean, it's really, to me, you already heard from me. I think it's asinine to say win now. I think the combinations has to come in, the chemistry, all of those type of things. You're trying to put pieces together to win now a championship. That's a once in a lifetime what they did. And then they didn't. They tried to make like 2021 happen overnight. No, Candace was here the year before. She was already here. So she did her 2 years and she was up. You got what I'm saying? So that wasn't win now. When James Wade put that together, that wasn't a win now roster. Diamond DeShields was drafted here, right? So, I mean, a lot of the pieces that was here have already been here from Chicago, and they're going to have to do it again. I'm just saying. Just like Dana Evans and Azare Stevens was drafted here. You got what I'm saying? So those people that was drafted, Khalil Copper wasn't drafted here, but she was brought here. You got what I'm saying? And she got traded to Chicago, and she became one of the most dominant young prospects, and also was the scoring champion of this 2021 season. You got what I'm saying? So the thing is that, I mean, basically that it just was not put together. Jeff Paglioccia was around the Chicago Sky to actually know that team was not put together just like that in 1 year's time. No, the pieces came as time went on. The pieces came. You got what I'm saying? Unfortunately, when they got Courtney Williams from Dallas, they was trying to repeat it and got Alana Smith. They was trying to repeat that because they thought that they could replace Candace Parker with Alana Smith, and you know what I mean, with those type of players in the shooting force that Courtney Williams had. But that part didn't work out, broski. So the thing is that right now, what we at right now, so bring us to home, the 2027. Right now, what we need, if Azare Stevens stay, I don't have no problem, Brody. The only thing I was just telling you is that I'm not happy with, we paid $1 million for this type of production. And then we paid $1 million for someone who think that rebounding isn't a skill. How far off? Like, seriously, how far off? When you don't think is a skill? I don't know. I can't take a player serious when you use those type of words. And maybe it was a shot at Angel, maybe it wasn't. We don't know what she meant by that. But if she seriously think that rebounding was not a skill, well, I beg to differ, Azare. We just showed you what it takes. And then, of course, Kamilla has now developing into me and your type of center that we already knew that she would be.
Right.
The expectations. She just missed. She was overlooked for the All-Star game. Next year, she will be in the All-Star game. That's just facts on how the production and the progress has been going. Now, finding the guards, like you said, I know Natasha Cloud is one. And I also, now this is my thing. I don't know you're going to give me an analytical part of this or how your brain be working. But I wouldn't mind Dejanay coming back.
Yeah, I want Dejanay. That's what I was saying. To me, if you didn't say Ray Burrell, I would have. You already know. I said it in the chat. I would put Dejanay in the starting lineup, right? Because we play around. They play around with these girls' heights, 5'11", 6 feet. I would just say, hey, if I'm in the Chicago Sky, because a great height for a small forward, or the shortest height for a small forward is 6 feet, a la somebody like Jackie Young, who's really like 6'1". But so I would take a look at Dejanay and be like, well, you could guard all of them, so you're gonna be my small forward. It's your job out there to lock up all the scorers. You got Sydney Teller, that's your young scorer. You got Sydney, so I would put Dejanay next to her. That's my two wing players right there. You get what I'm saying? That's why I said you play Rickea at the 4. Rickea, you seen what she was doing before. She was starting to come on. Like she started to play that same role Angel was playing, with that like point forward, kind of bringing the ball up, kind of. So she kind of had that energy going on. So it's like now you got Rickea handling the ball. You got, let's just say if it's Natasha Cloud next year, you got Natasha and Rickea both doing your playmaking and scoring. You get what I'm saying? You got Sydney there ready to spot up, and then you take some of the defensive responsibility off of her because you got Dejanay in that starting lineup. You got Natasha Cloud, who's 2 good defenders in that starting lineup, and then you got a Kamilla Cardoso back there. So now you got 2 solid defenders. Like right now, y'all lineup, you kind of got a Courtney Vandersloot, who's not a lockdown defender in it, and then you have a Sydney Teller, who's she's a young player, so she's not. She's good on the offensive end. She's still getting better on the defensive end. So if you add another defender to that starting lineup, it makes your lineup a lot better, right? So a Dejanay and a Natasha Cloud and that starting lineup make y'all a lot better because now y'all got 3 defenders. You got Camilla back there at the back line. You got at the point of attack, you got Natasha Cloud, and then you got Dejanay locking up anything on the wing. You got her locking that up. That's and then you got the length of a Rickea, right? And then Rickea on the she showed it this year before she got hurt. On the weak side, she'll come over and get a block.
Oh, she'll
run over and get a block. So it's like now you take all the pressure off Sydney Teller, right? Now all she got to do is be solid, because if she get beat, she got help. She got the it's not like it's a whole bunch of holes in your defense now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I like Dejanay in the starting lineup, to be honest with you. And I hope she do come back.
Me too. I think that the baddies is gonna be I don't know. I would sell Skylar Diggins now.
No, but that's a bright spot for you guys, because look, that's why I said a 6 woman, right? Because look, Skylar Diggins, obviously that money come off the book. She's leaving. She's not coming back. So that means I get to replace her with somebody else talented, who could be a spark off the bench for you guys. So like, just to give you some ideas, like what Drew Lloyd does for the Aces, right? Somebody like her. Well, who else got a good 6 woman coming off the bench? Damn, I can't think of another good 6 woman. Who else? I don't know. Who's a good 6 woman coming off the bench? I can't say Kennedy Carter. She's not in the league no more. And I can't say Satu, but like a Satu or somebody like that. I mean, not Satu, because to me Satu is a starter, but like somebody that's who could be a spark plug off the bench, who could come in for you guys and provide some type of offense.
I would say realistically, who will be available? Ray Burrell will be available. Nelson Odada will be available from Connecticut.
Yeah, but you want somebody who will be an instant offense. You feel what I'm saying? Like usually the best 6 women or the best 6 men be people who could come in.
Hey, I would take Kennedy Burke. That's just me. And she could put the ball down. Her and Benaje looked hand in hand.
And Kennedy Burke knocked them 3s down.
That she knocked them 3s
down.
She
knocked them 3s down. So it's like somebody like that.
Yeah, somebody like Kennedy Burke, or I don't know, man. I just don't. I don't. I can't see De'Erica Hamby leaving LA. But if she do, I'll take her.
I mean, I think LA got to blow it up. I think I mean, they got to keep somebody, so maybe that's the person they keep. But I don't know. I think they got. I think the coach is gone. I think Neck is out of there. Maybe they keep Derica to rebuild with.
Yeah, Necka's gone. I thought Necka was going to stay and retire at home, but I think Necka's
Maybe
going.
It's possible. We'll see.
You know, with this coach, I don't know, but they got a new GM, so you don't know what that look like. You got what I'm saying?
They don't have a GM yet. The GMs that's there is like interim GMs.
No, I'm saying they got a new GM that's coming. You don't know what that's going to look like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Usually GMs come in and they want to build their own. You know, GMs don't get hired and then go with what's already there. That's what I'm saying. Everybody, and then that's why like somebody like Kelsey Plum left, because Kelsey Plum came for the vision of the old GM, and once that GM got fired, Kelsey Plum like, I'm not re-signing.
Right. And Plum Dog not gonna stay in. I don't see us staying in Phoenix either.
I know, and the funny thing is, I thought that would have been a good trade when it happened, because I'm like, look at the stars coming together. You know, in basketball is different than football. Football, you could put together a good team. Defense wins games in football, and you can win a championship. In basketball, typically, not all the time, but most of the time in basketball, if you want to win a championship, you need stars. So I'm like, okay, they having a bad season, adding another star can't help. But now that I think about it and I'm looking at it in hindsight, to your point, I'm like, she's probably not gonna come back. And y'all did give up a pick, even though the pick wasn't a high pick. It's still a pick that could have added something to your team. But I think I forgot who said it in the chat a second ago. That's not a team I think that want to get more young players. So I don't know. I could see it both ways. So I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see what happens in the offseason. Maybe Phoenix is gonna blow it up too.
My thought is, I think they're gonna move away from Kayla Thornton, and I'll take Kayla Thornton in Chicago. That's just somebody that I would naturally take, because Kayla Thornton would be a good person coming up off the bench. She proved, you know what I mean, because this will be her second year off of injury.
And she could play. She could play like 2 or 3 positions too.
Yeah, Sister Keisha keep trying to push Enrique on us, but you know, I love Enrique. You know how much I remember. I had a battle about Enrique Agumawale, because of course in 2023 she was about to be scoring champion. So
I don't necessarily love Enrique for Chicago. I liked her for Chicago when Angel was there, only because Angel, we know with Angel rebounding, she's gonna get second chances, and then with Enrique being a volume shooter, she's gonna shoot a lot, and so I felt like that was a good combination. But I don't know, on this team that's constructed right now, is she a fit, especially when you got somebody like Sydney Teller. If y'all didn't have Sydney Teller, maybe, but nah, I do think Enrique need to move on, because I don't think Dallas is using her correctly. Because that's another side note. Just this is another thought I had. I probably was gonna share it on my show. But I shared it on your show. I probably still share it on my show. But if you look at Indiana, right, and I think the reason why Indiana is so successful is because even though Caitlin Clark has a huge usage rate, and even though Caitlin Clark demands so much attention, or demands the ball so much, right, does so much in the offense, Kelsey Mitchell, and this was an issue for Indiana, but they figured it out. Kelsey Mitchell is still able to eat and get hers and do her. They kind of figured that out lately. They allowing Kelsey Mitchell to be Kelsey Mitchell, because before Caitlin, when Caitlin would play, Kelsey would get less touches, right? And she wouldn't be able to do her. So right now, they kind of figured that out. I think that's the issue in Dallas right now, why they losing, or why they struggling so much, is because you got a player. Enrique is one of the best guards in this league, but you wouldn't know it, because she sacrificed to play with Paige, right? As she should. So it's like, but you got to learn, that team got to figure out the balance of allowing Paige to be Paige and allowing Enrique to be Enrique. Because if they was able to do that, they would have one of the top backcourts in this league too. But the fact that they haven't done that, and it's like one or the other, or it's like Enrique deferring so that Paige could be great. That team is not really hitting the heights I think it could hit if Enrique was allowed to be Enrique. Because I know a lot of people don't like it. You got to realize, I don't know, bro, Card. I don't know how much WNBA fans watch the NBA. But
Mhm.
I've been watching basketball since I've been like 5 years old. You get what I'm saying? So I know
Yeah.
the different play styles and different guards. So
Mhm.
most people who watch the WNBA is only used to one type of guard. They used to one type of play style. And if you play different, then you're not playing the position right. And it's like, nah, that's not the case at all. You could play. That's what happened with AI. When AI first came to the league, they didn't know how to play him. That's why they moved his 6'1" self to the 2. Because they was like, wait, he can't be our point guard. He's a scorer, right? They didn't know how to use AI. But if you look at all of the guards today in NBA, all the best scorers is guards. You get what I'm saying? So it was like in the WNBA, it's kind of that they kind of going through that power struggle because somebody like Enrique, most people don't know how to use her. Shoot, I wish I was a GM of the team. Give me Enrique. I'll show you how to use her. Enrique is a problem.
Absolutely.
But it's just that people look at her like she's inefficient, she don't pass, she shoot too much, and then they look at all the negatives instead of the positive and what she can do and can help the team. That's why I said with Angel, she's a perfect piece to an Angel, because if you know anything about Angel, Angel is you got to realize, and I say this all the time, some of the not, and this don't happen often. You got some players, or most players, let me say that most players that superstars, their best asset is scoring, and they do other things around that. But all superstars ain't like that. Very rarely you get a superstar that's a superstar, but their best asset ain't scoring. It might be their second or third best asset, right? Their best asset might be defense. Their best asset might be playmaking, and that's what Angel is. So when people look at Angel, they don't understand her game, but I understand it perfectly. Right? Certain people who don't like Angel, they'll look at him and be like, how can you like her? She missed a layup. And I'm like, you don't see everything else she do? All you focus on is the layup? You get what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like somebody like Enrique, who's a pure scorer, is perfect for a player like an Angel. And the perfect example I give to that, bro, Card, I'll land my plane with this. The perfect example I give to that is Kevin Garnett. If you know anything about Kevin Garnett was an amazing player, but his best attribute wasn't scoring. His best attribute was his defense, his playmaking, his energy, you know what I mean? Everything he could, him being a 7 foot, him pretty much being a 7 foot guard. You get what I'm saying? That was his attribute. So now you put him on the same team with a Paul Pierce, who's a pure scorer. It's like they perfectly complement each other. You get what I'm saying? So that's kind of like a Enrique and an Angel comparison.
Like that, we don't need nobody up top no more. Our backcourt is all good. The backcourt is fine, far as I'm concerned. We need like a Letitia Lattimore. He still wouldn't let Maddie Westbell play. I didn't understand this.
Y'all let her go. Is that true? Y'all let her go, right?
Yeah, she got signed by Phoenix.
I'm happy. That's where I wanted her to go. Yo, bro, Claude, I kept saying this should have been happened. I kept saying her sister got hurt, and her sister and they both play they both play the same kind of way. Her sister was a stretch 5. I was like, yo, she should go to Phoenix. So I'm happy that happened. That's a perfect spot for her. Hopefully she get. I mean, they did it. It's the end of the season. I don't know how many games left, but hopefully she gets some minutes.
About 7 games left, 7, 8 games left. Yeah,
hopefully next year she gets some minutes, because I think she good too. It just she wasn't getting no minutes.
Good. Tyler Marsh, no, dude. If she only had the opportunity to do the mess ups, the makeups, the breakups, if she had to, Maddie could put the ball on the floor. She could shoot the 3. She got a midi, and she play down low game.
And she a perfect compliment to Camilla.
He comes from the guard Mecca in college.
Can you imagine her next to Camilla stretching the floor, hitting a 3?
They didn't want that. They didn't want it. Tyler Marsh couldn't make it happen in his mind. He couldn't see it. He couldn't not see Maddie Westbell.
Bro, Claude, let me ask you a question, because this is what I struggle with. And I'm not saying he don't deserve no blame. He deserves some blame. But how much blame do you put on Tyler Marsh when Jeff P is his boss? Like how many decisions do you know that he's making for Jeff P, or he's just making himself? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for me
I
to
believe
really.
Tyler Marsh is responsible for 27 to 30% of the decisions that's made on the basketball court.
And that's what I'm saying, bro, Claude. It's like I don't even know how to judge him as a coach yet, because I don't know how much is all him and how much he's doing to be like, I'm a company man. This is my boss want. This is what I'm gonna do because my boss wants it. You get what I'm saying?
I'm right there for you. Do this. The character. Remember how me and you always talk about the character of certain things that we can argue, but we can come back and we can be all right and everything. We don't take it personal. The character to argue with your fucking boss, to say a thing is a thing, or to argue with your brother and say, hey man, you pissing me off. This is what it is, and be able to go back to the middle passage. Because what is the goal? The goal is for us to win. The goal with me falling out with you about a subject or whatever we're trying to do to get the proper thing to go. The goal is to have Simply Ball Dropping Podcast Network to be explosive, to be one of the objectives of the people to come to watch our network. This is what it is. ADP exists, and Sister Tony exists, and Sister Keisha, and Brother K-Sap, and you, and everybody that is a part of this network. Our accomplishment is to have winning show responsibility.
Right.
And he has none of that. He is a head in his ass type of coach. He can't see. He really can't. He didn't see Sidney Taylor. Sidney Taylor shines so bright that Jeff Pagliosha had to say, this is what I brought her in for. Tyler Marsh didn't see her, Brody.
Okay, I got to take your word for, because you've been watching longer. You watched them more than me, but I don't. It's hard as a. So hold on, set me straight, bro. Call set me straight, right? I'm gonna ask you a question. Let me know how you feel.
Yeah.
And you already know I'm all for all black everything, right?
Yeah.
But I hold you accountable if you not. You're right. I'm gonna hold you accountable. I don't know. I don't want to judge this black man, right? I don't want to judge this coach without really knowing, without a Jeff P present there, really knowing how much is him and how much he's just listening to what Jeff P wants. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
Because Jeff P we already know even before Tyler Marsh got there, we already know Jeff P been Jeff P, and like we already know like right? Yeah. Certain things that he want is just like, come on, dog. So it's like, I don't know how much, and we know Tyler Marsh in the circumstances he was brought in with was, hey, this coach got fired, even though they still had another year of service on their contract. This coach got fired, brought you in to say, hey, do things my way, because I don't like people that don't do things my way, right? Or you'll get fired. So do things my way. As long as we on the same page and we see the game the same way, we all good. So it was like, even if Tyler Marsh want to deviate, he can't, because he got the job on a precedence that we align in where we going. So now if I see something different and I want to pivot, now we not aligned no more. And I might not have my job no more. So that's what I'm saying is like, again, I'm not saying Tyler Marsh gets no blame, but I feel like there's a little bit of that going on. And because there's a little bit of that going on, I want to see him able to coach without, like, it probably won't happen in Chicago, right? Or even if it does happen in Chicago, Jeff P will have to go. But, usually that don't happen that way. Usually the way GMs and coaches go, the coach will go. So maybe he'll get another opportunity in however many years from now, and I would judge him then more harshly. But right now is difficult for me to judge him, knowing who his boss is and knowing how petty his boss is. Right, his boss will fire you, whether you're a player or a coach. He will fire you and not bring you back just because he don't like something you did, just because he ain't like a decision you made. And so everybody's not like that, but we know in this business, whether Ryan Clark just said it on ESPN, we know in some of these businesses, you got some petty bosses that'll fire you to make a point just because they didn't like the decision you made. You stood up to make a decision about this thing, this topic, whatever it is. You decided to have your own mind and make up your own mind and do your own thing, have your own decision about it. And now they find a reason to fire you down the line. You get what I'm saying? Some people was able to say, I'll stand up anyway, and I'm going to speak my mind. And some people was going to say, I'm going to just follow I'm going to go with the flow because I don't want to get fired. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, I agree with that. So the thing is this. I agree with everything you said, bro. But a man got to be a man, damn it. That's all what it is.
That's a fact.
This is your job. This is what they expect for you to do. This is what they saying that you have a problem with. This is what is being put in the face of others. In your grasp, in your personality, in your capacity of things, right? This is not about anything else but you standing up to be a damn man. This is not about nothing else but you taking on responsibility and saying, God damn it, this is what it is. I'm on this type of thing. This is what time I'm on. Don't come to me with no BS, man. This is my team. He's not gonna do what the great Teresa Witherspoon did. Okay, the backbone part, right? Me and you talked about that all the time. The backbone that Teresa Witherspoon brought to the game. Tyler Marsh, it has none of it. Even if he had a smidgen of what Teresa Witherspoon had, this whole thing would be, we won't be here talking about this. Just a smidgen of what she had. Maybe she was a little bit aggressive in her approach of trying to get along and be along, right? Because definitely we knew that she didn't want Jeff Paglioccio on her court. She didn't want him in her practices. So I don't know what to tell you, broski. All I can tell you is that it's on him. He's a grown ass man. You can't take this. We're not talking about a 15-year-old kid that now getting used to some type of decisions or something, right? We're talking about a grown ass 37-year-old man that has a responsibility, that has worked and put all of these accolades and being over there in for the Pacers, and then the Aces win, and putting all of those type of things he done in college, and all of these accolades. You got all of these accolades. Well, goddamn it, stand up, hold your motherfucking testicles, and say, man, get off my back. I got it.
Right.
You know.
Let me ask you a question about that though. And again, I agree with everything you're saying. You're making a lot of sense. He a grown man, but the difference could be, and you tell me what you think it is. Even though Teaspoon went through what she went through, Teaspoon is still respected, right? She still has a legacy. She still, comes from the WNBA, and is one of the one of the legends of the game. So she's gonna be all right, right? She's always gonna be somebody who has somebody people could vouch for. You right? The other legends could vouch for her. People could vouch for her. Tyler Marsh, if he disappears, he lose a job. He may have Becky Hammond, but he doesn't have like
other people that like him. It's
not.
Yeah,
he got a couple people. I'm not saying he doesn't have nobody, but he don't have the same. Like, what I'm saying is, we all expect Teaspoon at some point to get another chance somewhere again.
Yes.
So Tyler Marsh loses his job. Do we just expect him to be able to get another job? Like, it might.
He won't after this.
Last chance, or it might be a while. Whereas Teaspoon, he got relationships.
Yeah, well, after this, Brody, it's going to be a while after this.
Right.
After he's shown. after he shown he was a yuppie.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's my point. I'm saying that for the backbone thing, it's almost like his back is against the wall. Because if you do have a back, let's use your example, right? He's a grown man. He's not 15. He don't have a backbone. Let's say he do have a backbone, right? Let's say he loses his job at the end of the year. Who gives him another chance? You get what I'm saying? It's almost like he has to be a company man.
Goes back to the Aces. Me personally, he's a great asset. He is a developmental coach. He's young. He's that Becky wanted. I think he has other opportunities. It's not the end for him. If you asking me for that, no, I don't think it's the end for Tyler Marsh. But it also is going to show. This is going to show him a lesson of not letting your GM run your team. We know that supposedly Jeff Pagliosha was this great developmental. He takes pride in Courtney Vandersloot and all of this yada yada yada, and have 15 young black men come up and take pictures with him and saying that he was their developmental coach in high school and college and y'all so and so on. But bro, we talking about grown ass man shit, right? Talking about bro, we talking about, you know what I mean? Put them on the table, call it like you see it. Man, me and you have those type of hard conversations all the time.
That's a
all
fact.
the time. People misunderstand our passion and how we get down, but we love each other. We got love for each other. And I know you're a very aggressive person and I'm a very aggressive person. So if anybody can be able to reap the benefits of just having us on and understanding that we do have a relationship, but we can argue sometimes. God damn it, I could be mad at you sometimes, you could be mad at me, but we got a personal relationship. You got what I'm it's just what a brotherhood is. Everything ain't gonna be always peaches and cream. You got what I'm saying? I don't need to have KSEP to call you and ask you fucking questions of why you mad at bro Claude. You got what I'm saying? I'm not that type of dude. You got what I'm saying? I'm gonna call you my goddamn self. I've done it in the past, right? And in those that you know that I'll get you on the phone and I'll talk to you. You dig what I'm saying? And when you ain't talking to me, I'll be like, nah, motherfucker, just like you would do me. Like, nah, this ain't the time. I don't want to talk to you on this channel. I don't want to talk to you on this. You dig what I'm saying? We know how to do those type of things. A lot of people don't understand that organizations is ran by chemistry. Listen to me. I'm an entrepreneur. Organizations are ran by chemistry.
Oh, you just reminded me. Can I interrupt you real quick? I got some advice for you. You can take it if you know. Is your. So I see you made the little you made your bread butters commercial, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was done with AI, correct?
A couple of them was.
If I was you, this is just my advice, Brody. And listen, I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm right. And you could take the advice or you could not take it. It's up to you. If I was you, I think your best marketing strategy, I think you should get somebody with a camera. Remember how you used to do? And I remember a video you had where you had you had your own camera. You had your camera phone and you walked into like a salon or something to these ladies and you were selling and you was asking them how you like it, how you like the product, and they was about getting all that feedback, right? If I was you, Brody, I would have somebody follow me with a camera and I would do that same exact thing and I would walk into those establishments. Obviously, you know, ask the ladies if they found being on camera, if not, whatever. Obviously, you gotta do that. But I would do that, and I would make that, and that's to me that's your best commercial. Like if you do that, opposed to if you do that, because that's a real life. People see you really had a product, and you walk to real life people, and they giving you real life feedback. That's your commercial, bro. So I just wanted to tell you.
Actually, you're 1,000% of where I was, but this is a corporate decision by Temu and others. That's Amazon on, and preferably we talk to those type and sit down with presidents and stuff like that at this point, which you already knew it was going to grow to this point. It's a different thing than me and you won't.
Got you. But so that's my advice. But like you say, you probably got other input where you can't do that, or they don't want that. But I think, in my opinion, I think that's gonna be your best if you ever get able to do that. That'll be your best commercial.
I'm glad that this is recorded though. So
yeah.
I don't know what happened.
We back? Okay. I didn't know if that was you or me, because my internet be messing up.
I don't know. You know my internet.
I think you got to move your other camera down. You got 2 cameras up there.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I hear you good. Yeah, you straight. You got 2 cameras up there though. But yeah, I didn't know if it was you or me, so I said, well, let me wait, because my internet be doing that. It'll just freeze. So I'm like, all right, maybe I just lost service or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, it'd be crazy. Ever since that tornado, the storm, man, it's been crazy. But
the tornado out there is crazy.
I think that healthy conversation with his boss will help this organization. And why do I say that? Why you say that, bro, Claude? And what make you think that healthy conversations is not going on? Healthy conversation brings great production, right? Right? But healthier conversations brings mass production, right? Because the broader the conversation is, okay, you got one job, coach the team, make sure whatever I put out there, whatever meat and potatoes I put out there, you just make sure that it goes that way on the plate. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. What about the sauce? What do you use for the side? What silverware? You know what I mean? Are you gonna get a vegetable plate? You know what I mean? A salad or a soup and also a treat that goes with it. You know what I mean? The dessert. What consists of this big plate that you trying to make? You got what I'm saying? Did that make sense to you? How I map that out?
Yeah.
So the thing is that it takes conversation on what are the ingredients and how can we display these things to put it on the plate so that the people, the people, the podcasters, the fans, the people that watch, that pays for these apps, what can we use and look at as a good feeling product and come in return? Because right now, this is not a good feeling product. It's actually a repulsive product that we're looking at. We're just taking it and bearing it. At least we did better than the last 3 years.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people saying that. Oh, congratulations too on your underdog sponsor as well.
Appreciate you. So the thing is, man, is that, man, we have to understand at this actual time, this time, Chicago Sky has a chance to actually be a team that everybody really, really want to watch, not hate watch, because they the 3rd most watched team in the WNBA. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I don't know the analytics of the numbers and that. Like
they third blackest. They the 3rd blackest team in the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying. So the thing is that us in our
the first 2. I know one of them got to be Atlanta. The other one was Connecticut.
It's one of them. Atlanta is one, and I believe
probably have to be Connecticut. I'm thinking.
No. I think the Aces.
Oh, the Aces. Okay.
I believe it's the Aces. Is the first or second blackest team. Either the Aces or the Dream is 1 or 2. I don't know what percentage that goes with, but that's counting the coaches too. That counts the coaches and the staff. Becky Hammond is the only white coach. You know that, don't you? All her assistants.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't be paying attention. I know today she got kicked out. It was a black lady who took over, but I don't know like I don't know what all her assistants look like. I don't be paying attention to that.
And Tyler Marshall, he got one white coach.
Okay,
that's Letitia, right? So that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what
I do know one of Becky Hammond's assistants. That's Nola Henry from Rival. She over there now.
She black, Nola. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her staff is black. So that's either her or the Dream has the blackest team. You know what I mean? It's just so happened that Semesco is.
And then to your point, now that I think about it, a lot of Semesco's assistants are black, but also not only are they black, I know at least one of them, if not most of them, played for him in college as well.
Yes. So, like I said, between the Aces in Atlanta is number 1 or 2. I don't know. You guys give me the answer. I don't know, y'all if which one of those ones, but I know that Chicago is the 3rd blackest team with the blackest staff. With Courtney Paris, we used to be number 2, but Courtney Paris left and then Letitia came. Yeah. And then, of course, Maddie Westbelt gone. So that goes, it ain't nobody on there white but Courtney Vandersloot. That's it. Ain't nobody on the whole damn team white but Courtney. That's it. So I don't know, man. We gonna get on in out of here, man. We gonna let it end. I'm gonna end with everybody letting it hear the press conference. They want to hear that, and then we gonna get on up out of here, Brody. We gonna be back and hear the press conference more after these messages.
Hey there.
Hey, baby, did you buy that shea butter that smell good?
You know I brought some Bread House butters.
Got a package for you.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I've been waiting for this.
You are very welcome. Have a great day.
Bread House Butters and Essentials keeps my skin looking good and smelling good. Their pineapple and mango scented shea butter are my favorite.
So the boy in the boy that's in the storage room, that part is AI mixed. Okay. The last one that you just saw, that's real. That's not AI. She's a real. Yeah. So she a model. So yeah, she fine. Yeah. So her, and then AI was mixed with the storage unit, and then these are actors. These are paid actors.
Hey there.
Hey, baby, did you buy that shea butter that smell good?
You know I brought some Bread House butters.
Yeah, so they pay actors.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. I wasn't sitting on it. That's good, but I think what you do, I think what you have is already gold though, like because you hit the streets, right? You talk to the people, you take it to people, and you got that direct one-on-ones. That's what'll make people buy. When people see other people buying into some shit, they're gonna be like, oh, what's that? They gonna want to buy too. So that's just my opinion. I thought about that the other day, and I was like, when I talk to you, I tell you. So that's my first time seeing you.
About Jason Sheldon. JC Sheldon is white, brother Brian. Brian Allen has in the building, but Gabriela Jaquez is Mexican. She brown. She not. She one of us.
You gotta realize Gabriella boyfriend black, so you know she taking that. You know what I mean? She not
One of
you know
us.
what I mean? Yeah, she getting that. She getting that. You know what I mean?
But she's still not white. She's a brown girl that's light skinned. Like we got a whole lot of those, you know what I mean? Like Ray Burrell. Shit. Ray Burrell, bright, right? And if you look and if you get Kayla McBride, I seen her and realized I seen her.
You could tell with Jay-Z Sheldon, the way she be going at Caitlin Clark, she more one of us than she is one of them anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she got some black up in her too. I mean,
she one of us.
I'll keep going. Hey, I ain't putting no business out there. I'm just saying it's true. You know what I mean? We ain't putting no business out there, check. All right, here we go. JC Sheldon in the highways and byways with the brothers. Here you go. Just want to do this to give her flowers so we can have some sky shit up here for y'all.
Now both of us pushed it.
Hey, Tosh. So career high in points. How does it feel that it also happened to come against your former team?
Won't he do it? Ain't God good? He ain't never gonna starve. You can't starve who God is feeding. But no, I still have so much love and respect for the New York organization. I truly love my time there last year. But God has a way of just reminding you that when you stay dedicated and devoted to His plan for your life, that He's going to reward you. And I know, regardless of what the season entailed for us, that my feet are exactly where they're supposed to be with the team that I'm supposed to be on, and with the people that are helping surround me through some shit right now too. So just all encompassing, it's a good feeling. I know my parents are really happy though.
Tosh, I had two different parts of the game that I wanted to ask you about. Hi, how are you? I'm good. The second quarter, you hit back-to-back threes. Courtney Vandersloot hits a three. You guys have that 9-0 run. You guys were pretty hyped when the Liberty called the timeout. What was like kind of going through your mind, your body in a moment like that?
Really, we've been working to just figure this thing out offensively. Obviously, we had a lot of adversity this year, players in and out, so we've really had to figure out the offensive end. But I think our momentum really shifted because of our defense. And when our defense is really good, we're able to get out and play in transition, which I consider our best offense at this point. And so for us, those are just when shots are falling. You got two players that came from this team previously. It's a momentum shifter for you. And in the second quarter where we have to give ourselves some cushion, knowing that New York is a second half team, that's the type of cushion we're looking for.
And then at the very end, Marine hits the go-ahead, but then you guys close it out with that 10-2 run, and you were obviously an integral part of that. What was kind of the message to the team when Marine hit the go-ahead about, we still got this, lock back in?
We're not panicked. I think that's been, early on, we were losing those games down the wire. We weren't executing on both ends of the floor. And again, I know it's been a tough season, but I hope over the course of this season, you have seen us grow, you have seen us evolve, and you have seen us really put together a team that can compete with anyone in this league.
Tosh, the play with a minute left, you guys were up 2, you ran a couple actions with Mill and you ended up hitting her. Can you just talk me through like the decision in that play?
Yeah. I had shot the last few pull-up jumpers in which it was there, but Mill has been really working her ass off to seal inside that paint. And my relationship with our posts, both Mill, Z, E, AC, it really is so important to the success of our team. They're such an integral part into everything that we do. So once I saw her and I saw her chest and she wanted that ball, that's like the exciting thing for me is Mill wants that ball down the stretch. And I hope y'all right about the New York game when Mill missed that left-hand layup that would have won us the game. She got that shit back tonight. She made that left-handed layup, then came down and gave us a monster rebound that me and Z were both going for, but we saw Mill, so we just got the fuck out the way. But I'm so proud of Mill. I'm so proud of her growth throughout this season. And if we had a little bit more wins under the column, this would have been an all-star season for Mill as well.
Yeah. And then I also just wanted to ask about the last 2 minutes, just for you personally. Like, I feel like everything happened to you. Like, you got the assist, you hit key free throws. Like, I think you were mad at yourself for a turnover. Like, I feel like you just went through every single thing. So what was it like?
She was in flow state.
I think I was just locked in, it's really a blessing to be here and be alongside Sluty as well, who's just a phenomenal point guard, one of the best point guards to ever come through this league. And in my 11th year, to still be able to learn from her is such an amazing feeling for me, to have that vet. And to have her trust down the stretch too, to just lead. It's like land the plane. Some nights it's going to be Sluty's job to land the plane. Some nights it's going to be my job to land the plane. But we both have a lot of confidence in each other to finish it out. And so I'm just really appreciative of the space that Sloot has also given me to allow me to be a point guard down the stretch.
I just want to speak to a sequence you guys had where Z handed the ball off to you on one of your deep drives to the lane. Can you just kind of speak to just your evolving chemistry, both of you guys?
Did you hear what she said? Allowing me to be the point guard in the stretch. Go ahead, Sloot, and be the GM. Go on and go retire and be the GM. Damn.
No, but look. This is before you started again. This is important because this is what we talked about, right? Because with the Tyler Marsh conversation, we talked about one stance of having a backbone, and then we talked about the other stance of being a company man, right? And we look at and by no means am I trying to disrespect Natasha Cloud right now, because I love Natasha Cloud, but we see one point guard and a Skylar Diggins say, hey, I'm not going with this bullshit, this BS, right? Because I was brought here, I was told one thing, and I was brought here to do my job, but now you're not allowing me to do my job. And then you see another point guard saying, thank you for allowing me to do my job, right? Thank you. So you see two different mindsets of one person that's saying, I'm gonna go with the flow to keep my job, which again kind of brings me back to the Tyler Marsh point again, because remember I said with somebody like Teaspoon, we believe that with her connection, she'll get another opportunity. With somebody like Tyler Marsh, it might be a struggle for him to get another opportunity. We just said with Natasha Cloud, she almost was pushed out the league. So if it don't work here, it ain't gonna work anywhere. So it almost got to work for her. Whereas we're not expecting Skylar to be pushed out the league. We expecting her to get another job next year someplace else. So this is funny because this is mirroring the conversation we just had about A, going with the flow, or B, having a backbone.
Right. So it's just funny how that stuff come full circle. There you go.
I love Z. I love Z. Z is such a versatile threat. We really missed her when she was taking her personal time, but she just makes us a better team. She's a rim protector. She stretches the floor. She makes people play her honest. She can switch 1 through 4. She can guard any guard. She can guard bigs. She's just such a versatile player. So putting her in positions that she's going to be successful in and just getting her easy shots, that's my job. But she really protects me a lot, especially on the defensive end. Lately, she's really been protecting my ass at that rim. So it's just an evolving friendship. That's
Natasha, damn.
Love you, Tasha.
Bad.
No, but I think our chemistry has grown over the year, over the season, and just I love that action when we can get the step up. Like, we're pretty successful in that, whether Tasha's just coming off of it really hard and attacking, or I pop, we play back to each other. Like, it's been really successful for us. So it's been really fun.
Z, the second chance points were huge tonight for this guy, 22nd chance points. And that's not been necessarily a strong point in the past. So what kind of changes have been made to get more comfortable and just get that ball into the rim more?
Yeah, I think just attacking more on the boards, that was an emphasis coming in, is just to really be aggressive on the boards, both defensively and offensively. So I think, all the posts and even the guards, we just did a great job of really focusing in on that.
Z, this game took a 40-minute effort from you guys. Can you just speak to the Wintrust crowd and kind of how they got behind you guys tonight?
Yeah, you guys know I love it here, and just love the fans so much. I think that they do a really great job of when we're, going on runs, especially late. The energy is just so electric, and we have players that do a great job of getting them going. Tosh, I love when she comes out of her warm up and she's just yelling to the crowd. Like, it's just it's really good energy. So always shout out to our fans. They're so loyal, and tonight was really a group effort, fans included.
It was crazy.
Z, actually, this is a question for both of you. You kind of alluded to it with the second chance points with the defensive effort tonight, but it's a difficult matchup with Hanju being able to step out to the arc. And so for you and for Kamilla and everybody who had to guard the post, what was that? What did you talk about with each other on how you were going to go through the game and keep your energy for the fourth quarter, but make everything difficult for them?
We just did a good job of communicating. I think the whole 40 minutes, it wasn't perfect, but we were scrambling, we were rotating. We were just making them second guess a little bit from the 3-point, and they have obviously great post players that can stretch the floor, Stewie, JJ, Han. So it was really an emphasis for us to make sure that we were having a group collective effort to run them off the 3-point line.
What's up, y'all? So you guys pretty much was crashing boards today. You guys were scoring. In the third quarter, the Liberty did battle back. Can you talk about what was the mindset on you taking charge of still playing through you, where you still scoring, but also putting the team first and still moving the ball?
Yeah, I think for us, the numbers don't lie to us. Our offense is the best when we're sharing the ball. We have one of the best assist ratios in the league, and that's when we're playing our best basketball. So it's a balance of like understanding that, okay, you're a little bit hot right now, so you got to go, but also we have to implement every player into the offense. And our offense is best when it doesn't just stay on one side or stick with the first action. When we get defenses moving to the secondary side, third side, it really puts us in a good position. So it was just a balance of that. And New York's a really good second half team. We knew they were going to go on their run, but it's about sustaining their run, right? And so it was like 5 minutes in that third, and we were able to stop the bleeding a little bit. They took their run in the fourth, but it's all about sustaining. We know they're going to go on their runs. We're going to go on ours. It's just about who's going to go on that run and execute down the stretch more.
So my question is, do you buy the Azare Stevens $1 Million Baby stuff? Do we keep that? Is that something that we stay with?
I say yes, and here's why. Even though a contract is super high, and I mean, we got a lot of overpaid players in this league right now, but I think the main reason why you keep it is before I get into the main reason, so I don't forget this point, let me say this, and then I get into the main reason. The one thing I'm taking away from this broadcast, this pregame, this postgame interview right here, is the chemistry being built between Natasha Cloud and Azare, how they keep talking about, you can see the joy that they have in playing with each other. And when you're trying to build something like we talked about earlier in the show, this is what you want. You want your team to start to gel together. So I like this. I like this from Nabon, and this is telling me that it's probably not just them two, right? It's probably trickling down to some other players as well. Now, to get to the reason why I say yes, you keep her, is obviously everything I just said. If they're gelling, you don't want to break that up. You don't want to break up a core. But we know in LA, and now it's in Chicago, Rickea and Azare built a bond. It's almost like they best friends, right? I don't know how close they are, but they're really close. They like each other a lot. They when they go to Unrivaled, they check on each other. When they in the league, right, they teammates, so they really like each other. All-Star break, they together. These are two women who built the bond, especially with everything we know that Rickea went through off the court. You want to keep somebody like this in her life, somebody who she has a close relationship to. So I feel like even though Azare is overpaid when we look at her individual game, even though her game leaves something to be desired from a hustle and physical standpoint, what she does bring from a shooting, a 6'6" big that can stretch the floor, shoot the ball. She's a mismatch nightmare. But plus the relationship that she has with Rickea, and now the bond that she's building with other players outside of Rickea, I think that makes her an integral part of this core. That depending on how you use her, right, depending on where you plug and play her at, to help catapult the offense that you're trying to have. I think she could be a valuable asset. Now she's going to be an overpaid valuable asset. We know that, but I think she's going to be valuable just from the chemistry and gelling aspect of this team. Because when you're trying to go from a team that's not making the playoffs, right? This is what 3 years in a row now, not making the playoffs, to a team that is a playoff team, like we said, a team that can make the playoff, to a team that can get home court advantage in the playoffs, and vice versa, that did reach the top. This is the building blocks you want to build with. You don't want to break, and that's been a mistake over the past years that Jeff P has been doing. He's been trading away pieces, right? That could build, like a Kennedy Carter doesn't come back, right? Even though she was like something that we could look forward to. Then you get rid of an Angel the next season, right? So it's like you getting rid of the pieces that your core, that you could build your core. You want to stop doing that at some point and keep it. That's why I'm afraid for Sydney Teller, because if we go off the track record of Jeff P, he should trade it to Sydney Teller. But hoping that he learned from his mistakes and he's like, okay, let's pivot, let's do something different. And doing something different, you saying now, let's build off this. We got something good going, you know. We have a bright spot in a dark season. We have something to look forward to. We have pieces to look forward to that we could build off of and move forward. Let's do that. So I think Azare is somebody you keep with that call, in my opinion.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Azare is 8. The 2 rookies will be 10. So we only got 4 more spaces. Now,
let me say this though, before you get into the spaces. Hold on, before you pivot, let me say one thing real quick. In keeping her though, because she is $1 million contract,
yes,
it does make it harder to get talent. The talent that you got to bring in got to be younger now. They got to be younger, or they got to be, vet minimums type of contracts, because you already got the 1 million tied up in her. Unless they could somehow, I don't know how many years she signed for, but if they could somehow renegotiate her contract, right, bring that down some.
Who is that? Who is that?
Azare.
Azare, yeah, she gets I think she got 1.4.
Right. And what I'm saying is she don't live up to that number. So it's harder to bring in more talent in now, because you do want somebody that's worth $1 million, right? To bring in that talent to get better.
It's contract.
Yeah. So that's the issue, right? Her contract is an issue. If you're trying to get better, you have to do it with younger players or vet minimum players, unless you could renegotiate some. I don't know if she got a 1-year deal or 2-year deal, what she got, but if you could somehow renegotiate her, that'll make things a lot easier bringing in talent.
She makes so she got a 3-year, guaranteed contract for 2026, 2027, and 2028. She will be making $3 million over those years. Is protected, and
that's an overpay. That's a crazy overpay.
Yeah, so she's got. That's why we called it the million. I just was bringing it up so it could be factual to you. Her contract was $3,150,000. I mean, 150,000. So she, over the next 3 years, Azare Stevens is rolling out with Chicago. She's not old though. She's not an old player. Okay, she's 30 years old. She just her and the GOAT came in together in the same year. She's been here since she was the number 6 pick in 2018. So she ain't been in the league long time. Okay, so she's 30 years old. She got at least 6 to 7 more years to play as a big. You know what I mean? As a big 6 to 7 years, right? So, because BG 36, I would say keep her. She's still young. She's you don't know what she's actually going to be till she get 32. Because of course, me and you discussed before, it's like women's ages is like dog years, right? It's a microwave in physical sports. So 32, we should be getting the best out of her at 32. And the trickle effect is 34, 35. I don't know. But what I'm saying is 3 years is madness of what if we get the production the next 2 years, I mean, goddamn. So Azare is here. She's here for 3 years. So there's no way of getting out of that. That's secured. You got what I'm saying? So
Well, look, see Camilla's comment because she make a good she make a good point too. And contrary to what I say, I agree with that too. That's I feel like it could go either way, T. Camilla, because I feel like you keep her for chemistry, but with that contract, I'm not upset if you get rid of her. You know what I mean? If you have to make a move to bring in some more talent, because like I said, that's a crazy overpay for somebody. She better start. You talking about to get the best out of her 2 years? She better turn into something.
That's what I was talking about. My disappointment on the $1 million back. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Unrivaled. I was expecting big. Listen, I'm not going to even lie to you. I was expecting big game from Azare because she can shoot. She can shoot, but she just ain't had that type of year. And let me say this. Let me be clear, chat. She has been injured twice this year. Then she had a mental type of thing. We don't know. She had personal issues, okay, that she had to step away for. All right. We don't know if somebody passed away or whatever happened. But this has not been a model year for Azare Stevens. She didn't do what she did last year on the Sparks. Last year, she was one of the Unrivaled, was put one of the model citizens of Unrivaled last year. You got what I'm saying? After the championship last year, Azare Stevens, her numbers went up and everything. The gameplay, everything went up for Azare. But this year, because she's coming off an injury, it just wasn't that. And it could be because of the injury she had. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It could be that. Y'all still on. Let's see. Hey, Brother Will, it says Azare can shoot, but she's always been streaky even when she was at UConn. Yeah. But as to what you saying, she's here for the next 3 years. That means that when it's time to pay Rickea, now they don't have to pay Rickea $1 million in 2028 unless Rickea ball out next year.
Let me ask you this question because this just popped in my head. It's gonna be time coming up soon to pay Camilla. It's probably gonna be another 2 years, right? Because correct me if I'm wrong, bro.
2028.
Yeah, 22 years because she's not unless she gets an all NBA, all WNBA. She's not eligible for the extension, right? So it would have to be for the max. So it have to be 2 years. Let me ask you this question: put yourself in your best Jeff P, right? Your best Jeff P mind. We've seen him get rid of Angel, right? And you keep Camilla. We kept Camilla for another year. With paying Azare this $1 million, do you eventually, and I'm not saying this is the thought process, but I'm saying like, let's say Camilla let's say next year she comes out and she struggle again, right? She didn't reach the height. Do he then trade a Camilla because she's not making the money yet? She's still on the contract because he's going to have to eventually pay her. Do he then like slide a Azare in at the 5?
No,
and then so you don't go with okay.
She's a 3 at most, at best.
Okay.
4. She would not. She can't really. She's not.
Listen, I agree with you. I don't love her at the 5 either, but I'm still thinking about that $1 million contract, and then Camilla eventually getting a supermax, maybe, or maybe they don't give her a supermax, but maybe they just pay her, but she don't get the supermax. And then you got Rickea coming up too, same time Camilla is, with having to be paid. So I'm thinking about that. That's why I asked that.
Neither one of them has been all-stars or been on the all-NBA teams. So that those requirements have missed them now. Angel has to get supermax.
No, you're right. Those requirements missed them for next year. But like you said, in 2 years, they both gonna have to get paid. That's what I was asking. Eventually, they're gonna have to get their money. It's gonna be a little longer.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little longer. Even in their when they are free, they're gonna still be a restricted free agent. They still not gonna be a free agent. They still gonna be after their rookie year contract. They still going to be a restricted free agent. Then the following year, they'll be an unrestricted free agent. You get it? So it's a total of 6 years actually with a team.
I don't think so. I think they changed that, bro, Clark. I don't think so.
Let me
I
look.
think it's 4. I think it's 4 years. I think after 4 years, you can get paid. I could be wrong, but that's what I think it is. I know what you're talking about with the restricted contracts out of WNBA has those restricted contracts.
NBA and NBA and NBA contracts.
No, NBA is a little different. NBA, you are it's not restricted. You are I forget the word. It's a different word.
After the 4th year per to the CBA for the WNBA.
Yes, restricted is the right word. I'm thinking about reserved. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about reserved contracts.
Yeah.
Restricted is the right word.
Yeah, they're restricted. Yeah. It shows it. It's they can do a model review of a max salary if you're on the percentage trademark of those accolades, rookie altercations, rookie of the year contracts, MVP, all WNBA, first or second team honors. Only salary caps of Supermax have those requirements in the new CBA. I'm looking at it right now. Unless T. Camilla, you could show me something different.
I was thinking about something different. I was thinking about the word reserve contracts, which is still in the WNBA. But to your point, I think it's in the 4th season because what happens, what season is Shakira Olsen in?
Shakira is in her 5th season. This is her
She's
5th
in her
year.
5th. Yeah, but it was 4th going into 5th.
No. Shakira is her
5th going into the 6th.
Yes.
Okay.
Her and
so she just got a restricted. She just got her restricted. That's how she got paid because Toronto actually paid her.
Yes.
Toronto was the one who paid her, and then Washington matched it.
Yes.
Right.
So her and Leah Boston came in together. So they came in 2023.
But if they came in together, Angel's in her 3rd year, correct?
2024.
Right. Angel's in her 3rd year.
Angel is in her 3rd year.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And Aaliyah Boston is 1 year before Angel, so that's her 4th year.
No, Aaliyah Boston came in, 4th year.
Yeah, 1 year before. I know, I remember.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So Shakira Austin's in the same year. She's in her 4th year, going into her 5th year.
Yeah, she's in her 4th year. But they
that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, let me see.
Your 4th year, you could get paid, Brody. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, AB already got her. Say Shakira came in 2022. Okay, that's what I thought. Shakira came in 2022.
Oh, she came before Aaliyah Boston. I thought they came together.
I thought they came together too, but no. Shakira came in 2022. AB came in 2023. So that's why. And Brooklyn, Shakira.
Okay. You want to know? All right, now it's making more sense to me. To that point, AB got paid early because of everything we just said, all the provisions and everything. So she was able to get her money early.
Yeah.
And Shakira Austin didn't. She didn't get it early. She got it on time.
Right.
So
okay.
Gotcha. So 5. I guess it's 5 seasons.
Like they should play Camilla and Rickea next year to lock her in. You see what I'm saying? AB locked in for the next couple of years. You got what I'm saying?
No, 7 seasons, too many seasons, Seeker, man. I don't think it's 7, but I do think it's 5. I think it's 5 seasons.
Who, AB?
No, I'm talking about for rookies to get their max contracts. Like if you were max, like obviously if you don't get it's gonna be certain rookies like a Paige who's gonna get it early because she hit all of the, she's gonna hit all of the things. But like
players on an initial rookie contract negotiation for their 4th year and secure a max level salary 1.4 million scale early if they earn MVP or all WNBA first or second team honors. They can only be able to qualify for that. The salary cap supermax, the team salary cap has jumped to 7 million in 2026 with the supermax salaries of 1.4 million initiated scaling upward through 2032. So next year it would take a jump for the designated cord, player
you just
tags.
look that up on Gemini, right?
No, this is on Google.
Okay, so look this up. See how long it takes a rookie to get a max deal or a big contract without hitting all of those, without being an all-star and whatever, without
how long
being all WNBA.
Would it
How long
take?
they gotta wait?
Well,
basically Camilla Cardoso situation. You can just ask simply, how long it take Camilla Cardoso to get big?
Hold on a second. Let me do it then. How long would it take Camila Cardoso of the Chicago Sky to get a Supermax contract?
If it say 7 years, that's crazy. Like I can't imagine waiting 7 years for a max.
Okay. Departed of the 3rd overall Sky pick, Camila Cardoso. Yup. It says she won't be able to be eligible for that until after 2028, and a re-signing with a Supermax level team veteran designation. Not necessarily needed to be able to be on that statistic trajectory. Only if next year she hits certain accolades, she will qualify for Supermax. But a max contract she will be able to qualify for in the 2027 season, or unless she wins WNBA MVP award before the 4th year to trigger a Supermax early. Other than that, the other requirements is an all NBA team, an all WNBA team, or an all WNBA second team is required for the Supermax early in your 4 years. That's what Aaliyah Boston got. So she haven't got that yet. If she gets it next year, then she'll be available.
No, but if she don't get it, because that's the question, because T. Camilla is saying it in the chat, so I'm just trying to confirm what she's saying. If she don't hit all of those criteria, when will she be able to get her money? It don't got to be a Supermax, a max deal.
She is her career earned. So right now she make $461,000 a year, starting with this new CBA. She can go up to after her rookie year, $615,000. That's what she's able to get after her rookie year. So far, as her career is established.
You're not answering the question for me, but it's all right. I'm gonna just take what Camilla said.
But I don't know what she. I don't know.
I'm saying, all right, look, put it to you like this: Azar Rangers got $1 million, right?
Yes.
Camilla can't get $1 million because she on a rookie deal.
No.
What I'm saying is, when is her rookie deal up? When she could get a contract? When she could actually get a contract? 2028.
Yes.
All right. So what's that? That's 4 years then.
Yeah, they got it projected at 615,700.
So that'll be 4 years from 2024 to 2028.
Yes.
Then she could re-sign for whatever they feel like she's worth.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's what I wanted to know. 7 years was kind of extreme. That's not, you know, that's not. They don't really do that in pro sports. So if they did
No.
that to the women, that'd have been messed up. 7 years is crazy. That's part of your prime. You're already in a lot of your prime in 7 years. You can't sign. So it's 4 years. All right.
Yeah, she could get in 2028 and she does not reach the milestones. Yes, that's I just told him, Sister Alyssa.
Yeah, you get it earlier if you reach the milestones, but if you don't, she could sign because it don't have to be a max deal. What I'm really asking is they big contract, right? Like you sit down right now, you want a rookie deal. That's all you can make. You can't make no more than whatever you make on your rookie deal. Once your rookie deal is up, which I believe is 4 years, then you able to negotiate whatever the team feel like you worth. So that could be a max deal, but you're able to negotiate a bigger contract.
Yeah. So,
but to your point, that fourth year, you still restricted though. That's where Shakira come in. You still restricted, so the team still have your rights. So what happens is, what you got to do is you got to go out there and see what your value is, right? And teams got to sign you. And
really 5 years.
Yeah, but so really 5 years because if a team signs you, then your team can decide to either match that or let you go.
Right. Absolutely. Like
now this is what happens in an NBA, and it might also happen like this in a WNBA. I think it is. So y'all correct me if I'm wrong. In an NBA, if nobody signs you, right? Like say if you go out there for to see what market is, and nobody signs you, right? And your team decide they don't want to give you a contract neither, then you actually become an unrestricted free agent. Like it's almost like clearing waivers, like Banaja Laney Hamilton just did. You actually, if that time period passes and nobody give you an offer, that no other team, and then not your team either, because your team could give you I forget the name of it. I don't want to say I can't even say the word I'm trying to say, but your team could offer you an offer sheet too, and it's up to you to decide to sign it. Now, if there's no deal made, then you could end up becoming an unrestricted free agent. That's how it works in the NBA. I don't know if it works like that in the WNBA.
No, so they trying to get it on similar terms, but some of those terms are for the males. The male terminology, which you correct. They have not gotten to that milestone yet, but inshallah they will. But right now, they not there, Brody. So, it is what it is. They definitely not there yet. So, I will say this. Next year will determine who will get what money
But it's
for
still
Kamilla.
Yeah, I was about to say to our original point, it's still the 4th year because even if you do, as a restricted free agent, even if another team do sign you to a certain contract, right, and your team accepts that offer, that's still more money that your team is giving you, and it still brings up the conversation of, do you feel like the money that Azare making is worth it? Because now you got 2 players on the same scale, right? You got Rickea Jackson and Camila Cardoso coming up to their 4th year soon.
And
so
JC.
And JC, but I don't think JC gonna get paid like them. She probably will get a lesser deal. But both of them is probably gonna get, even if they don't get max deals, they're gonna get a significant amount of money. Right? Like you gonna pay Rickea, and you probably gonna pay Camilla something.
You gonna pay Rickea and you gonna pay Rickea.
Right.
Camilla.
All right. So you're gonna pay both of them, and then you already got Azare being paid. So that's 3 large contracts on your salary, and then you got to ask yourself,
Courtney is done next year. Who else? E Will is done next year. So E Will will be all. E Will got 2 years. So E Will this year, next year. Courtney.
Thank you, T. Camilla. Thank you. And she said that she did some research for us.
Okay. I appreciate you, boo. Says I had to go back to the CBA. The veteran status is 5 or more, but the awards are still major milestones and max and supermax deals. Okay, yeah. It's also for the, so it's also what I just read to you is also for the actual players too. So unless they get those accolades, you can't be coming up in the room talking about, listen, dog, I've been in the league 10 years and I ain't got my money. They be like, they gonna do you just like they did Dejanay. Like, yeah, take this. Here you go. Take this little 500,000 and be cool. So go sit your $5 ass down somewhere and whatever it need to be done. Now, I did know that Skylar was expecting her money, and that's why they had to pay Skylar. You get what I'm saying? Because she has all of the accolades. She been a 7-time WNBA All-Star. You know what I mean? 7 years, and and then of course she met the requirements to get a max contract. But other than that, everybody else, they gotta sit their $5 ass down. So my answer to your question of the originality, who will we get? And I stick to my guns. Keep Azrae Stevens, but still go out to try to get Ray Burrell. Ray Burrell is on a 1-year contract. So if we could get Ray, I'll go get a player like Benaje Lady Hamilton. I think me and you think that she gonna be staying in Washington because of that type of core and the playoff unit that they are. And I think she want to be on a playoff team. I don't think that she will come to Chicago because they have yet to be proven to be a playoff team, right? So, man, that's rough. Or Satu
To me,
South.
it still come back down to the money. Because, like, I feel everything you're saying, but like, I don't know if you could keep Azrae. Because, like I said, it's coming up close to you got to pay. Like, so what? We in 2026. You got one more year of Rickea and Kamilla on a rookie scale deals. So that means, so if you do get like let's say the first person you said, Ray Burrell, what year is she in? She came in 2022 as well, right?
Out. She already done. She got signed.
She got her
on
money.
She got signed on a invite contract, a training camp contract this year. They was gonna cut Ray Burrell. Did you know that?
Hell no, they was gonna cut Ray Burrell.
Yeah,
and
they
we
was
made a training camp. Ray Burrell got a training camp contract.
Yes.
That don't make sense.
Madness.
So what's she making right now?
Doo-doo. Let me see.
And for how long? Like, is she on a 1-year deal? What's she on?
She's on a 1 year, I believe. Hold on a second.
Yeah, after this year, you're gonna have to pay Ray Burrell.
But not if she on the all WNBA team. No.
No, I'm not even saying max deal. I'm just saying like she earned some money.
Yeah, she earned money.
She been playing well this year.
Of the Los Angeles Sparks, Ray Burrell, how much is her contract? A 1-year deal, $277,000.
Yeah, that's still like a rookie deal. I think she on a rookie deal.
No, she's training. She's on a 1-year playing contract. Period. Training
277.
Yeah. So she's
interesting.
Yeah, 1-year rookie. A 1-year deal. She's been past a rookie deal last year.
That's crazy. They did her dirty.
Yeah, they did her dirty. That's why they gone. She could go wherever she want to go. She unrestricted.
Oh yeah, they did her dirty, and she about to get paid.
She was restricted this year, but they gave her a training camp contract, and then they ended up signing her to a 1-year deal for $277,000. They didn't.
All right, so she come to Chicago. How much you get paid? She come to Chicago. How much you get?
100,000.
Huh? 100,000? 600,000?
She could get 4 though. She gonna go for 4. She gonna go for 4. She'll go
You
for.
think so? It's a
Boy,
lot of bums. It's a lot of bums in this league making $1 million right now.
a lot of bums in this league.
I don't know if she gonna go for 4.
Hey, she gonna go. She gonna do it.
Kennedy Burke, hey, Kennedy Burke making $1 million. She better than Kennedy Burke?
Yeah, she better than Kennedy Burke.
That's my point.
Yeah,
that's my point. She going to Seattle.
but Kennedy Burke is making that because Kennedy Burke is a champion. She came off.
Kennedy Burke is making that money because Connecticut needed to sign somebody and she was available. She got lucky.
No, I'm just saying Kennedy Burke meets the requirement, Brody. Though Kennedy Burke is a champion. You can't take it away. She's a certified champion.
But that's not a champion. Ain't what makes you certified. As if you get if you on an all WNBA list. As if you are
get a max. She just got a she didn't get a super max. She just got a max contract for a veteran.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she didn't get a super max. Super max is 1.4 a year. Max is for a regular max is $1 million, and that's what Azurá Stevens got. That's what Kennedy Burke got. A regular max. Super max is 1.4. Yeah. So look. Oh, here goes. She just did it right here. Says Brian Allen's WNBA salary cap 7 million 27 7 point. Oh yeah. So they got money to work with, Brody. They got money. 2028 8.35 million. 2029 9. Oh no, they got money, Brody. They working with 11 million in 2032. What we talking about?
So, in other words, what you're saying is fucking pay everybody.
The good ones.
Give everybody $1 million. Fuck it.
Hey, fuck it. $1 million baby. They giving it to Azurá. Why I wouldn't give $1 million to Camilla? Why wouldn't I give $1 million to Rickea? And why wouldn't I give I don't have to give $1 million to Sydney Taylor yet.
You got to pay all the baddies, first of all. That's the reason why people coming to the
game. So all of them got millions of dollars. But Taylor definitely gonna get like 500, 400.
22 and well, let's talk about that. That's what Camilla had today. 22 and 12.
22 and 12.
Damn, she got that every night. So it don't even got to be the same numbers, but something close to that every night, bro. She a top 5 center in this league for real.
She's 0.1 from averaging a double-double.
Damn, E. Will got 1.4 million.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Damn, Chicago just paying everybody. They don't care if you the guard. They don't care if you take the trash out.
They didn't care.
They giving out $1 million. They giving out millions in Chicago.
You get $1 million. You get $1 million. E. Will. Listen, Elizabeth Williams' contract for the Chicago Sky. You get $1 million and you get $1 million. No, her contract, I beg to differ with the 1.4. She gets 1.5. Contract with the Chicago Sky, April 2026. Her deal is guaranteed an average of annual of $750,000 through 2027 season. Okay. So
ask Gemini this, or ask your AI.
She got 1.5 million for 2 years though. She didn't get $1 million.
But look, ask your AI assistant this. That's what we're curious about. And T. Camilla, you do the math too. You probably gonna do it anyway in the chat, right? Ask this. Next year in 2027, how much money will Chicago have to sign somebody with all these contracts we talk about? How much money is gonna be opened up next year so that so you guys can sign somebody, a Ray Burrell or whoever? How much money gonna be available next year with the people that's under contract?
Next year, how much money will be available to sign new people for contracts on the Chicago Sky dealing with the CBA? How much money does
In
Chicago
2027.
Chicago Sky are projected to have $1.8 million available for the cap to sign new players and extend current ones. The
And that's
drastic.
not even.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's not even included. Well, maybe it is including because I don't know how many years her deal is. But I'm saying that's not even including Skylar Diggers coming off the books, right? Y'all probably gonna straight her for somebody.
The Sky with the Sky of 2027 projection will have available $5.1 million to commit any salary signings that they need to do for 2027 season.
Yeah, that's good. Right? What you said, $5 million?
$5 million.
And part of that is going to be having to re-sign some people back to the team, I'm assuming, because some people coming off the books.
The 2028, yes. So next year will be their last year. That'll be their last season. They have no elite supermax contracts on this team. So everyone, like E Will, only making $750,000 a year for this year and next year. So that's where 1.5 come from. She didn't get a solid $1 million for a year like Azarae Stevens got a solid $1 million.
You know how to pull it up online so you can see the contracts, right? All you got to do is type in Chicago Sky contracts, and then two websites gonna pop up. Either I forgot. One is called Sports Tracks, and the other one is something
Chicago
Hoops.
Sky's contract.
Hoop Stats. Those two websites pop up, and you can actually look at the contracts. You'll see them like in front of you. T. Camilla says Brooklyn about 2.5 million. That's not including. I can't see because this thing's in my way. The uptick in salary cap. Yeah, I was actually gonna tell him to do that too, T. Camilla. You could once you put your numbers in, bro Claude, you could have said with this, saying a 7 million increase in the salary cap. For the extra space.
Let's see. Sport Track. Okay. So I got it all.
So you see the Chicago Sky roster now, right? And you see the contract. Yeah. And you see who's coming off next year.
Yeah. Ain't nobody dropping off next year except for Rachel Banham, a free agent. Rachel Banham, Natasha Cloud, Dejanay Carrington, and Sydney Taylor.
And then you also got to account for Skylar Diggins probably being traded.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't even think that's a maybe. She ain't played the rest of this year. I think that's a definite.
So the free agents, Sydney Taylor, free agent, Rachel Banham, Natasha Cloud, and Dejanay Carrington. 1, 2, 3, 4 free agents.
But I heard somebody say earlier this year that Sydney Taylor's on a reserve contract, right? Like y'all reserve her rights.
2 more years. Yes, 2 more years. Because she has a training camp contract. She was signed for a training camp contract for 2 years. 2 more years, we earn the rights. So somebody can give her an offer. Chicago has to match it to keep her.
She better get paid, bro. If she don't get paid, I'm gonna be tight, bro.
She is the best rookie. She has the best rookie deal out of all of them. The Angel and all of them. She got the best deal out of all of them. She took 2 years off. She got paid the money that she got paid. She got paid more than Angel them overseas. She got paid more than them in Poland. And then she came over here, got a quick 270,000, and then next year she got to get that paper. Whatever somebody offered to get her, Chicago got to match it. That's the best.
They gotta match it.
They gotta match it.
And you said they got $5 million, not even including the increase. So
they got $5 million. So that's fine. Because they're getting rid of Rachel Banham. She gone. Natasha Cloud, she gonna stay. I know that. Deja Carrington.
I don't know, bro, Claude. Jeff P love him some Rachel Banham.
Stop, man. Stop playing with me, man. All right.
I'm not talking. Listen, I'm with you. I'm talking about Jeff P. You know how Jeff P feel about Rachel Banham.
Man,
I think she needs to be going too, but Jeff P.
Stop playing with my feelings, bro. Come on, man. So Rachel was getting paid the less out of all. That's how much he feel about it. She don't make what everybody else make. She get paid.
She happy with that. You heard what he said. I don't know why everybody. Jeff P is a good guy.
I know she was sucking. We gotta get. Listen, y'all. It's 2:30 in the morning. I didn't expect to stay on this long, but we didn't got on here 3 hours. Listen, turn on your notifications every time I drop a hot banger. Like, share, go subscribe to the channel. Go over to the Perspective with Brooklyn's the 80s baby. Go over there and subscribe, bro. I appreciate y'all, sisters, to come over, man, our channel and subscribe. Go ahead.
Really quick, new episodes every Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern time. New episodes of The Perspective.
Yes, sir. So go over there, man, and it's part of the Simply Ball Dropping Network, part of the chain. Listen, support us. Help us become what you guys know that we are going to become. He says, no, bro, Claude, Sydney can't speak with no team but Chicago next year. Yeah, after 2 years, she can get the offers from other teams. Oh, that's interesting.
That's why I said they need to pay her, because if they make her wait, if they actually make her wait to get paid, that's gonna be diabolical, bro.
Well, yeah, man. Well, she's still gonna get the rookie minimum, which is $400,000. Because right now they got her on the training camp. That's why she only made $277,000. Let me see. It says Chicago traded their 2028 pick, not Atlanta's. No, they had, it said, no, Chicago traded their 2028 pick, not Atlanta's pick. Yeah. No, they got 2 picks. They got number 8, Brian Allen Hines. They got 2 picks in 2027. That's why we had a big argument about this. Look, they got 2 picks in 2027. They got number 9 and number 11 because they not going to catch Washington by no means. It's only 6 games left. They not finna catch Washington.
And for the record, now that I'm finally on here, I can speak for myself. I said everything you said. That's what I wanted to come up for. The Miss MSL, shout out, because I'm sure he didn't do this on purpose. Shout out to him, but he misspoke to you. He was like, because he had said something like, "Oh, 80s agrees with me" or something like that. And I think part of what he said was right. So he probably only read that part. But everything I wrote was everything you were saying on the chat. Like, because everything you read, I knew already, and I looked it up myself. So you was basically saying everything I wrote, but then telling me I was a hater. I was confused. I'm like, wait, we saying the same shit. You never looked in the chat to check it. You were just like, see, he a hater. I'm just like, what?
No, I ain't looking in the chat because I had the other board on. And
nah, it's cool. But my whole thing was like, yo, bro, Paul, we saying the same thing.
Yeah, I'm doing the moderator, so I got a whole, how I go. I had a whole sheet, so I couldn't see what nobody did.
I know. I was watching you. I know. That's why I was like, yo, just drop the link. Because I was going to come up and be like, yo, we saying the same thing.
Drop the link because I had the sheet there. And we
was like, see, we do got to pick. We got two. I was like, bro, I said that.
Man, I don't let this shit we already know we ain't got to go. We don't let this shit bother us. This be bothering other people because they
that's a fact.
Yeah, we locked. Anyway, y'all, turn on your notifications every time I drop a hot banger. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Share this, man. Share the video. Share the video. I know it's people that's still in the building. Go over to the new channels. It is football season. I dropped my first podcast today on the Chicago Bears. Yes, I dropped the first
I did
podcast.
see that too. Not to cut you off, shout out to you. I'm gonna give you some flowers right now. I see you got a Bulls channel, you got a Bears channel, and now you got your WNBA channel. So that's great. That's great. I tell people all the time, and you know this, if you're gonna talk about other things, just make another channel because it's gonna be better. You got your you're not gonna confuse the algorithm. So that's smart. And I see even in your background, you got your WNBA wall, you got your NBA, your football wall, you got your college wall. I see what you're doing. Now I will say this, just to give you some more advice. And I told Ms. Ditas earlier, your background is so dope. Try to find a way. You do it when you make the cameras really small. But like when the camera just like this, try to find a way that you're not really blocking your background so people can see all the aesthetics and everything like that.
And then I can make myself small, but I just don't do it.
Yeah. But your background is so dope. Why cover it? You feel what I'm saying? Like you just gotta make the camera smaller. You know what I mean? And just put the cameras in a way where I don't know if you want to put it on a desk. You know what I mean? You can maybe put it on a desk. You'll figure it out when you get a chance, but you want your background to be showing.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. So we can always go back. Come up.
I see you at your little desk. I see you. I see how you got your little desk.
Got my little, you know what I'm saying? I'm rolling. We rolling. How you rolling? We rolling. Yeah, man. But we working hard. We working hard. I invest in what I do. So if y'all give a super chat and super sticker and all that stuff that goes, which y'all already know, most of y'all that's been with me, y'all know I reinvest. So I thank y'all and appreciate y'all. I thank you for what you do. I thank you for what you've done. And I thank you for what you will do. And as always, I leave as I came with another bang. Let's make this happen.
The Chicago nigga.
Hey, y'all, listen, I appreciate everybody. Please go over to our channels and subscribe and like, man, and share. The Simply Ball Dropping family is tight as ever, y'all. So we out of here, man. She wins. Your blood pressure gonna be up tomorrow. You gonna have to put your feet in lemon juice. You know you should be in the bed by this time, up here listening to your uncle crazy self. I see y'all at 8:30 in the morning. See y'all and love y'all. Appreciate you so much.